Why don't I hear my?
The following program is presented by The Collector's Cave. Visit www.thecollectorscave.com for all your sports memorabilia needs and keep an eye out for their public autograph and meet and greets announcements. Again, visit www.thecollectorscave.com for all your sports memorabilia needs. And here we are. Finally, we are live here in Bridgeport, 3434 South Halsted Street. That's what I'm talking about. Sox fans getting fired up for a big game today. White Sox versus Yankees, the Field of Dreams rematch. And then, of course, we have the Collector's Cave with Jose Contreras and Dustin Hermanson, 05 world champion Chicago White Sox in the house. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Make sure you get your autographs and everything you need to meet those guys. So I am your host here, Gregory Braggs Jr. This is Braggs in the Stands, and alongside me is my good friends Johnny B.
What's up?
And Trey Tunes. So we're going to be your entertainment for a little bit. Hopefully we don't annoy you too much. If we do, please punch Trey in the face and not me. But we're going to do our best to entertain you guys and give announcements when those of you that want to go up and get your autographs and when you're ready for that, if you're in the VIP package or whatever else. So, what's happening, guys?
Well, I think there's one thing that all baseball fans can agree on is the Yankees are in town and all the other Major League Baseball teams hate the Yankees. So I guess everybody's rooting for a Sox win tonight all across the board in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, I would say so. What do you think, Trey?
I'll second that.
Everybody hates the Yankees. No one likes New York. They've had a couple good games here against the White Sox. So the White Sox need to bounce back. They got Dallas Keuchel on the mound tonight. So it's going to be interesting to see if he can have a bounce back effort. What do you think as the resident Sox fan here at Braggs in the Stands? What are your feelings about tonight?
Well, I'm not saying the Yankees aren't good because we obviously know they're the best team in baseball right now, but it's a nice day. It rained a little this morning. The sun is out. I think it's time. It's hard not to root for the Sox tonight. It's going to be Tim Anderson bobblehead night.
Right.
It's going to be packed and it's going to be juiced. And I think the Sox roll it tonight.
Yeah, the bobblehead is actually pretty sweet. It's the Field of Dreams replica. And just for me personally, as a spectator, not a Sox fan, full disclosure, but at the same time, watching the White Sox Yankees Field of Dreams game last year, the first ever Field of Dreams game, to me, it was one of the and this is to me isn't hyperbole. It was one of the greatest regular season games I had ever seen. Just the production of it all, the way they came out in the cornfields, and yeah, it was amazing. And then they had Kevin Costner and all this. And it looks awesome to go to, even though it's very limited seating. Of course, Aaron was there, from the Collector's Cave. He got to be front and center for the Tim Anderson walk-off, but that's what I mean. Like, as far as greatest regular season games played, the walk-off and the drama of that ninth inning, they blew the lead, and then he hits the 2-run home run to walk it off.
Well, there was a lot of hype to that game. I remember building up for a long time and just like getting the stadium ready, in the media, on social media, TV, all of it. And even at home, at the Johnny B Sportsbook, you could feel the energy of that game. So I agree with you 100%, with the hype and everything like that. And then, of course, you get the walk-off with that dark sky.
And the way Tim's going like this, yeah.
Tim says, it's over, baby, it's over. I mean, I was definitely feeling that even at home. I couldn't even imagine being there, but we need a lot more games like that. Sports in general, baseball, football, whatever it is, it's the ultimate in reality TV. It's the original reality TV.
Right. It was a great moment for sports, especially baseball needed it. But
right.
It was
100%.
Great sports moment. I mean, you couldn't have asked for it or scripted it any better than the way it happened. It was just simply amazing.
Baseball doesn't do many things right, to gain fans, but that is they're hitting a home run with, and they need to keep building off of it. They've got these games on Apple TV where half the fans can't even watch, and it just doesn't seem like they're growing the game like they should. But then this Field of Dreams game is like next level. Now, I think they had a huge miss this year by scheduling the Cubs and the Reds, two terrible teams for the Field of Dreams game. Like, come on, guys, pick two good teams each year, or else it's not going to have that same panache like White Sox Yankees had.
Right.
Are you watching Django? That's one of my favorite lines from Django.
No,
When you got to have the panache, man.
the panache. Yes, yes.
Well, I think baseball is
Django is a great movie.
one of those games where you have 162 games in a season. You got to be able to build some excitement and some hype. Obviously, opening weekend is always hype, but there's so many games. The weather in Chicago and other parts of the country is always a little bit sketchy in the beginning with it being cold. But that game right there, it was a regular season game, but it felt like playoff baseball.
Right.
And I think that Major League Baseball needs to do a better job of getting games to feel like that in the regular season. And then it would, the younger fans would, I think, come to baseball and be hyped about it.
No, I completely agree. And, now, like, I thought that was their moment. Like, when you think a team is going to win a championship, you're like looking for that regular season moment as its proof. And it felt like in that moment, like, damn, who's going to stop them after this? And then, as the season ended, they didn't, do what they wanted to do in the playoffs. Now you fast forward to this year and the expectations get even higher. They've kind of stumbled out the gates. They had a 6-game winning streak and it felt like they were riding the ship. And now the Yankees come to town and put some runs on them. Is there a worry-o-meter that you're hitting right now? It's so early in the season. Or are you kind of like, hey, this is a long way to go. It's a marathon, not a race.
Well, if anybody knows me, if they know Johnny B is always cool under pressure. And I really don't feel like the baseball season really starts until May. When that weather starts changing, when people are out in their tank tops and their flip-flops at the game, having a couple nice frosty beverages. I think that's when it starts. The Sox have had a lot of injuries this year, and we're starting to get some people back. And it looks like there's a little bit of, you can see it on the horizon, like some better times ahead.
Warmer times ahead.
Warmer times ahead. So I think when these people start coming back, you start getting that vibe. The crowds start getting bigger, like there's going to be a big crowd tonight. I think you're going to start to see them roll and be the team that everybody expects them to be after that nice showing last year, and then maybe take that next step in the playoffs, get through that first series, and then you see what happens. Obviously, you see what happens.
Yeah, for those of you that aren't aware of Johnny B, this guy is a gambling expert, and I'm putting that mildly. This guy makes big money gambling every day on sports. So, Johnny B, when we do our shows, we always have the Johnny B for 3. We didn't really prepare for that, so I'm kind of putting you on the spot. But at the same time, I always know you've got some bet, some kind of money on the line. So what are some of the bets you're looking at today and, some prop bets in today's game?
Well, as you know, it's a warm day here in Chicago, and when it's warm out, Comiskey Park, as I like to call it, is always live. It's live spot. So I'm going to take Tim Anderson 2 total bases as a single bet, but I'm also going to take Tim Anderson 2 total bases parlayed with Lewis Robert at 2 total bases and put those together on a parlay. I'm not really sure. I can't remember what the odds were, but I know it was like plus 390, maybe a little bit more. I can't remember.
Okay.
I put the bet in early this morning, and it seems like 4 days ago. But that's what I'm going with. I mean, how can you not bet on Tim Anderson on his bobblehead night? Maybe throw him in there at a home run, who knows?
Wonder what the odds are for Tim Anderson to hit a home run on as the leadoff home run of the game. Well, he's done that a few times.
Yes, he has. Usually you can bet on anything in sports. I'm not sure if that's an available bet on DraftKings or FanDuel or anything like that, or the other apps. But his home run is probably going to go off at the 4-1 for tonight, maybe a little bit more. I don't know what the exact odds are, but probably 4-1 odds on a Tim Anderson home run at any time. So, I mean, how do you bet against him on Tim Anderson bobblehead night? I can't.
Yeah, so we got Carmen Carcino in the broadcast chat, and he's asking, where y'all at. Again, we're at 3434 South Halsted Street in Bridgeport, just down the street from Comiskey Park. And we're doing our live show here at Buffalo Wings and Rings. They're doing a great job putting this on for the Collectors Cave and all the Sox fans that are here in attendance. And then our guy Notes is in the house. We had one fan of our show here show up. So, the rest of them, we're going to try our best to entertain and maybe not run us off and kill us, but we shall see. And Dustin Hermanson is getting ready very shortly to get his signing underway. So we will announce that when it gets going. And for the VIP people, and then and then everyone else in between will let you know when it's time to come up and get your autograph and your picture and the experience that the Collector's Cave brings. And with that being said, I'd like to bring up either Mike or Aaron. You two can do paper, rock, scissors for who's going to come up here and explain exactly, what you guys put on and what you do. Yeah, I'm putting you on the spot, Aaron.
On the spot. On the spot.
Well,
I was over here
you're
working.
not paying attention. Oh, you're working. So the camera's up here, and if you really want to, you don't have to look into the camera, but Aaron, you're
look into
this
my
is-
eyes.
Back side to side here. The big blue eyes here.
Oh,
both of
you
us.
like that?
Oh,
You
look at
like
us.
that? Yeah. Well, Miles has taken a liking to me behind the bar. So
Miles
now,
is slanging them
now
grapes.
there we
Too.
go.
Let's hear it from
Shout
Miles.
out to Miles over there. So
Hardest working bartender in Chicago.
yeah,
Let's hear it for him.
there's
Let's
Miles
go.
behind us. He was copping a feel earlier. I told him he's got to take me out to dinner if he's going to cop a feel.
That's
like
not
that.
true.
Yeah.
We know that.
I am easy. So Aaron, you and Mike, have this Collector's Cave and you guys, put on this experience. And that's kind of like why I feel like we're such a good match, because it's not just about the autograph, it's about the entire experience. So maybe explain to the viewers and then everyone here kind of what you guys are all about and what you do.
Sure. It's just like the website says, make signings fun again. So, it's not all about standing in line, waiting hours and getting autographs and buying memorabilia. We're trying to put on a party here. So come have fun, meet your heroes, get an autograph, take a picture, and we'll be bringing more of them for sure.
Yeah, that's the goal, right? And you added to it. It started with Jose Contreras and now Dustin Hermanson as well. You guys have rubbed shoulders with a lot of some of the all-time great Chicago athletes in this town. Like, what's it like for you to do this kind of work? Because like for me to be around what you guys are doing, it's not work, it's fun. I'm a
absolutely.
diehard sports fan, and I get to hang out with Thomas Jones a couple months
Right.
ago.
Yeah, no, I mean it's great this was our childhood, right? This was us growing up. The 05 Sox for me, was the ultimate for us, right? And you being a Cubs fan, in 2016, I know you got yours too. So
Yep.
those guys are heroes, right?
Yep.
And no, it's great to be able to bring these guys back and back to their hometown and celebrate them just as well as we like to meet them, right?
Absolutely. Were you able to go to any of the World Series games?
I was. As a matter of fact, I was at Game 1.
Okay.
Here, and these you can't see it, but behind us here we got a bunch of photos. One of those is my personal one, with the big American flag spread across the field, and Josh Groban sang the national anthem. So I was there for Game 1. It was kind of cool. It was a 4 generations. It was my father, my grandfather, and my great grandfather.
Wow.
So it was very cool.
That's pretty cool. So then Scott Podsednik hits the walk-off in Game 2, and to me, that, in your opinion, as a diehard Sox fan, is that the biggest hit in White Sox history?
Oh man, there's so many. I mean, it was the most unexpected. How about that? The guy didn't hit a home run all year.
I'll tell you what, we had a party for that game over at the streets of Aspen where Greg Braggs and I used to live, and we had tons of people in my little condo. And I had a friend of mine that was born in Serbia that did not even know what baseball was. And he's at the party. We're having a good time. And he actually called the Scotty Pods walk-off home run, knowing nothing about baseball. He said he just liked the way he looked and felt it, and he called that home run. And still to this day, we talk about it at that party when we're talking about baseball or the Sox. And he goes, hey, remember when you called that home run for the guy that never hits a home run? So it was pretty epic.
So I saw Scotty Pods at a Crosstown Classic at Wrigley's doing pregame for NBC Sports Chicago. And I go, hey, Scotty. He looks over. I go, that was a lucky hit. And he gave me this death stare. And he goes, you'll never see one here at Wrigley. I was like, all right, Scotty. I was like, you got me. I like Scotty. He's a good guy.
No, we had him here as well. Scotty Pods was here last year. And what a good guy. And he'll tell you the same thing in private. He says, man, I just got to hold the right pitch. So he'll tell you the same thing.
He's good looking, too. I'm sure Miles was all over him.
He's a very handsome man. I'll tell you that much. He is a very handsome man.
All right, Aaron. Well, I appreciate you coming up for a few minutes and talking about what you do. And we appreciate you here at Braggs and Stance involving us. So we'll let you get back to work because I know you're a busy man today.
Thanks, boys. Keep up the good work. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. That is Aaron from the Collector's Cave. So if you have any complaints about the day, you just yell at Aaron, not Mike. You yell at Aaron. No, I'm kidding. Aaron, no reason to complain. They do a great job here at the Collector's Cave. So, Trey,
Yes.
busy man with busy plans. Every day you're working, karaoke, everything else in between. You know, all this tech that you see in front of you is Trey's technology. You know, you got some good sleep tonight. Are you ready for another fun live event?
Yeah, about as ready as I can be. I mean, you know, you like the thing is, you know, when I'm doing these karaoke sets, even doing things like this, you know, just the setup and you know, you see what it brings, and you want to bring like good production value to
Right.
it because you know it's going to be live when you're here, but you want to make it as good of an experience for the people viewing as well, and especially like for the people that are around the bar, so everybody can hear. You know, the lighting, you know, all that little stuff is important. So I try to take pride in that, and I didn't actually get any sleep last night.
You never get any
What?
sleep.
Yeah,
Gotta get your rest, Trey.
He never gets sleep.
yeah, I didn't go out. I could have went out, but I didn't. I said I'm gonna stay home and get some sleep. And then like, I was like, oh yeah, I can finish watching Ozark. So
Did you
Oh,
finish it completely?
yeah, I
Don't,
finished.
don't tell me I haven't finished.
Yeah,
it
we'll
yet.
save it because
well,
I'm sure there's a lot of people
except
that haven't finished it.
Yeah, the last part, you know what? I'm just playing. No.
Yeah, I don't want to. I hate spoilers. You know, some people were very critical of the final season of Ozarks. I thought it finished nicely, but I'll
Yeah,
just
me
leave it
too.
at
Well,
that.
well, some
Okay, so
5 minutes.
Mike, yeah,
5 minutes.
Mike from the Collector's Cave just came by and let us know that the Dustin Hermanson VIP people that have bought into that starts in 5 minutes. So if you're one of the VIP people for Dustin Hermanson, get ready to line up in 5 minutes.
Speaking of the karaoke brags, you did do a nice karaoke of a Seal song earlier.
You
Right.
did,
And then
did
I
not.
followed it up with a little Ice Ice Baby.
Baby. we'll
Kiss
get,
from-
run
Kiss
out of
from
here
a
if I
From a
start
Rose.
singing.
It was
Seal.
Kiss from a
Yeah.
Rose,
Yeah,
right? You
Kiss
did
from
Kiss
a
from a
Rose.
Rose. Nice.
Do you know the song that Kiss from a Rose was
Yep.
on the movie DVD?
I do.
What is it?
It was a Batman movie, right?
Batman
Returns?
Forever.
Forever.
Forever with the nipples. Batman with the nipples. Oh, that's Batman 4. I'm sorry. Notes is helping us out over
All
here.
right.
Batman with the nipples. Yeah.
Batman with the
So
On that note, Greg has to change the subject.
yeah.
Right.
no, hey. Trey,
No.
speaking of which, like, you know, it's hard to get a word in edgewise with my ass. You know, I talk a lot. And I know a lot of the viewers that are on our broadcasts, you know, and notes here, they get real concerned when I start to take over, you know. So, like, have you done any kind of like techniques to like get me to shut up?
No, I haven't figured it out yet.
I think probably the best thing to do would just be to use Trey's mics and then just tell Greg that the mic is on when it's really not. And then he'll just keep talking, but it'll look like it's a ventriloquism, you know, like
Right.
his mouth will move and then we'll be talking.
Absolutely.
That might be the way to go.
I've been pretty
I like
quiet though this morning.
Uh-huh.
You know, you have to give me, you know.
Right. Yeah, we couldn't get his attention when we were all trying to set up. Yeah, just dead silent.
Greg,
well-
professional supervisor.
Well, I'm the supervisor of the day. Yeah, I gotta argue with my guy on Twitter. You gotta watch out on the mean streets of Twitter. Okay. Okay. The is it like a rat? Here, yeah. You do the announcer.
I'm coming in. So the girls are walking around. We got a line card, right? A raffle. We're doing a Frank Thomas autographed stat jersey. It's pretty sweet. They're doing 10 lines for $15 a piece. So she's over there in the front. Hey, Brooke, can you hold that up real high? There you go. There's your Frank Thomas jersey.
Brooks in the back holding
Brooks in
up
the
the
back, holding
Frank
up the jersey.
Thomas jersey. For
She's gonna come around.
$15, you can have a chance to win that. A best of 10 chance. Best of 10. I mean, that's pretty good odds. So if you're a diehard White Sox
so you're
fan,
telling me there's a chance that
that's more than a chance. 1 in
Right.
10. That's a really, really good
So
odds.
you're telling me there's a chance.
So that's what
knows,
they do.
Trey knows what I'm talking
Right.
about there. Greg doesn't
Oh,
know sure what's going on, but Trey
So
knows
you're
what's
telling
up.
it Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, look
Come
at the
on
big
now.
brain on Brad. I mean,
Big
Greg.
brain. Yeah, Brad. No, Greg.
Pulp Fiction, bro. I did
Yeah.
Pulp Fiction.
So got White Sox Yankees here coming up. Here we're pre-gaming at Buffalo Wings and Rings. Again, Dustin Hermanson coming up in just a few minutes. So, we're going to keep this show rolling along and keep you guys updated on who's coming up to line and things like that. But, hey, a hot week finally in the city of Chicago
Right.
and beyond. I mean,
steaming, beaming in Chicago, baby.
we had a month of rain. We had
Right.
no spring.
Right.
And then we had one of the hottest weeks of my entire life.
Right.
I'm laying brick and I'm getting ready to die out there this week. It's nice to be in the AC for once.
Yeah. It was like April showers bring May blizzards. That's what
Yeah,
happened.
I mean, seriously.
It's like-
Jesus Christ.
right. It was just horrible.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I was melting. Johnny B is a tennis professional. He
That's
played
right.
on the professional circuit and now he teaches young bucks and has a whole crew. So he was out there in the heat.
So let's just give you a little heads up. I know laying bricks is tough in the sun, but
It is.
if you have an 85-degree day on the tennis court, you can expect that temperature on the court to be a minimum of 20 or more degrees hotter
because
than
it
the actual
reflects
temperature.
off that ground.
Yeah, it's basically works like a cooking stone, and it just heats you up. But the heat don't bother me, but the clients would say otherwise.
Now, I asked you
The
if you
more
had seen
geez.
the last time I talked to you, had you seen King Richard, because I was just blown away by this story. I'm like, this guy is the greatest dad of all time. Like, how did he get two of the greatest tennis players? And he taught him himself. You as a tennis pro, maybe you have some backstory from stories about it, but how impressed were you by that movie?
Well, I did watch the movie heading down to Florida, and ironically, the guy that was the coach of Venus Serena in that movie, I've actually worked with him down at his academy with a couple of my students last March. So I was there about 10 days, and he was telling me about the movie. His name is Rick Macy, and his academy right now is in Boca Raton, Florida. And he was telling me about the movie and kind of what happened, and the movie was pretty accurate. There was a couple of things that he said that they changed just
Conflated a little.
just a little bit, to make it better for, the movie and stuff like that. But it's a true story. I got lucky enough to work with this coach. He's worked with Venus and Serena and a bunch of others that you've seen on TV. If
So
you
this
follow
Rick
tennis.
Macy, did they portray him accurately? Does he talk like that with the handlebar mustache and all that?
He doesn't have the mustache anymore, but he is an energy guy. You got to remember that was set back in the 1990s. A lot of that
early
when they
90s.
were, when they were kids. So the short shorts are obviously he doesn't wear those anymore. He was a little bit younger, but the guy is legit. I mean, he's a world-class coach. He owns his own academy, and obviously he knew that with Venus and Serena, he just had some pure athletes that could basically play an aggressive style of tennis that the women's game had never seen before. And obviously the rest is, as they say, history, baby.
Well, the short shorts are coming back though, Johnny. I know you said that was, but it's we went from short shorts in the 90s with Michael and the Bulls in the 90s. Everybody in the NBA had shorts.
We wear shorts.
Yeah, right. And then they went crazy baggy, almost like they were Jinko jeans. And I know I'm dating myself saying Jinko, but at the same time, they were the longest shorts you'll ever see in your life. And now they've gotten back to shorts as they are announcing that the VIPs, if I'm not mistaken,
Dustin Hermanson.
VIPs for the VIPs that are ready for Dustin Hermanson, go ahead and get in
up
line
around the front window
on the
there.
back side. Is that the east side? I don't know.
Just right by the front windows there, Greg.
How do you know? How do you know the north, south,
the lake
east,
is
and
that way,
west?
Greg. It's the east side, baby. The lake
It's on
is
the
that way.
east side of the building, according to Trey. Although
Just line up by the windows.
I don't know. I don't know. I'd get lost in a in an avalanche. I'd be lost. I'd be
The
digging.
lake is east, Greg.
Yeah, the lake is east.
Okay. The east side is that way,
To the east
according to their
side.
science. So get on the east side of the building to get in line for your VIP for Dustin Hermanson, and then we'll start harassing Sox fans that want to come on and kind of talk about their fandom and their team coming up playing the Yankees tonight.
Yeah, well, just to finish up with that Serena question, but the coach, how they portrayed Rick Macy, I don't know how old he is now. I think he's probably late 60s, maybe 70, but he's still, when I worked with him last year, really high energy guy. And, yeah, the guy is legit. Obviously, he has his own academy and has
Sure.
worked with arguably the two best female players in the history of professional tennis. So, I mean, that pretty much speaks for itself.
All right. So
Oh, that's
Trey's
awesome.
Trey's got this camera. You know, we're not looking at the laptop camera. You know, we got a couple laptops here, but we've got like an actual camera looking at us. I don't know, Trey. I don't know if you got my slim side. I'm looking kind of thick here. You know, I thought when you go higher,
Even
I
next
get
to me?
slimmer,
I mean,
but
right.
I'm looking kind of chubby on the screen here. Getting a little self-conscious
I have
looking at
nothing
myself.
to do with that.
Yeah, I think Taco Bell had something to do with that personally.
Do you
but-
have an official sponsorship?
No, I should though for
Maybe
as
you
many
should, try to
cheesy
get that.
gordita crunches as I've eaten. I haven't taken a look at the menu here yet.
I am
They-
hungry, and the
They
food.
just call it the Bragg's box when you go.
Yeah. 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 You know, when you go to Taco Bell or any fast food for that matter, and if you've frequented that place, you know, if you're a big guy like me, you try to like pretend like it's the first time you've been there. And then you also are pretending like you're ordering for a family.
Yeah, like
when
for other
really
people.
you're just ordering for yourself.
Oh, what did they want? I think they wanted the.
Hold on, I
number
gotta check this
oh,
text.
yeah.
I gotta see what everybody wants.
Yeah, you know, well, I
And
want
then you-
this,
oh,
and
yeah,
then I
I want-
also
The
need.
fake text you check it.
Right. Hey, pull up by yourself, like, don't judge me.
Yes, you know, when it's tough living when you're at Arby's trying to order the meat mountain, and then other stuff too.
Do you have that clip?
I don't have the clip on here anymore. I wish I did.
The gas. She's what? Like, why did you do that?
Yeah.
He ordered like.
Yeah, I ordered a meat mountain sandwich from Arby's, but then I ordered all this other stuff too. And this girl, while I'm taking the order, she was just like halfway through the order, she just gave up on me. She was
like,
so
she
exhausted
just checked out.
by how
Yeah.
many. There was, I think she might have been on something, but I don't know because like halfway through they just subbed her out and
Right.
brought in somebody else.
It's
Tag
like
me
being
in.
it's like being in Vegas, you know, and if you're winning too much at the blackjack table, they're like sub out immediately. Sub
Sub.
out. This is just the Arby's version.
Tag me in.
You hear her gasp over there.
Faye's in the chat and she says we're looking good, throwing us some
I'm
kisses.
definitely
So
feeling
we
good today.
We
I'm
appreciate
feeling
it,
good. Awesome.
Faye. And like I said, anybody that isn't here that's watching on the broadcast, please come out to Buffalo Wings and Rings, 3434 South Halsted Street, as Dustin Hermanson has entered the building
Let's
for all
go.
the VIPs. Let's give Dustin a round
Let's hear
of
it now.
applause,
Let's hear
Sox
it.
fans. Dustin's in the house, taking pictures with the White Sox brethren. We appreciate Dustin showing up here for the Collector's Cave in Buffalo Wings and Rings, just down the street from Comiskey. 2005 world champion. You know, it's not easy to be a world champion in
It's
the city
not.
of Chicago. That lives forever.
Speaking of like Comiskey Park, you know, I don't do much with, you know, following a bunch of these crazy people on Twitter, but Elon Musk had a great tweet the other day regarding the Chicago White Sox. I don't know if you guys saw
I
it.
missed it. What did he say?
So like when he's trying to take over this Twitter, you know, and buy Twitter, and then he says, what am I going to buy next? And then he would say something real funny. So he said he was going to buy Guaranteed Rate Field next
Oh.
and rename it Comiskey Park.
Wow,
That was
did he
actually
really?
A real tweet.
Where
by,
did that come
I
from?
have
How
no
does he have Chicago ties
I have
like
no
that?
idea. I don't know if he has
Would you have
Chicago
ever guessed that
ties,
Elon
but
would even know the difference? Like, that's crazy to
I
me.
saw that tweet and I was like, damn, like it was just like totally out of left field.
You know, I got the
Drum roll.
Right.
I'm pumped. Out of
Right.
left field.
right
boy.
out of left field. No pun intended. But, you know, honestly, if we need him to buy somebody, it's probably the Bears, you know, and if we move them to Arlington Heights, he can build us a $10 billion state-of-the-art stadium.
Are they going to have legal sports betting at that casino in Arlington?
They're going to have a sports book there. They're building a sports book right now at Wrigley, so you're going to start seeing sports books at every stadium, I would imagine.
Well,
It's big
I-
business.
I will say, you know, it's fun to bet on the apps and all that in the states where it's legal, but there's nothing quite like going to the sports book, whether you're in Las Vegas or one of these other fine establishments, putting your bet in, getting the ticket in your hand like it's Willy Wonka's golden
Right,
ticket.
right.
And then if it does hit, or in my sake, when it does hit, going to the window and just cashing it out like a proud papa. Like,
Sure.
Right.
and getting that cash money in hand. There's nothing like it.
As we've got Aaron over here taking pictures for all the Collector's Cave customers, taking pictures with Dustin Hermanson.
Oh,
Aaron,
that's
you know, a little friendly advice: always clean the lens on the camera in the front to give the clearest picture.
Avoid
just-
photo blur out.
Yeah,
Clean the lens.
nothing worse than photo blur. But look at Aaron; he's doing it all. He's putting it together. He's taking pictures.
Yeah, she is all smiles over there.
Looking
She
He
is.
is wearing a white shirt. He doesn't want the dirtiness on his shirt.
Right.
I'll give him that.
Can we turn the camera to give people an
Sure.
idea of how this is looking? Don't, Aaron, don't touch it. You're gonna break it. You're gonna break this shit.
A live look.
You know what?
Right
we
now.
can trust Aaron with some things, but breakables, I don't know. All right, we're gonna
All
try
right.
to share the screen. Yeah, it should
On
work
the
now.
fly.
because we're on the top screen. You know, we have the top account here. All right, so we're gonna do the scratch off announcement for
Here
the
it is.
Frank Thomas jersey.
The big hurts.
One of 10 people
Stand
that
behind
bought
me,
into this
stand
is
behind
gonna
me.
win. Here, come
Stand
behind
behind,
us,
come
Mike, so
behind.
you can get on
Come
the
behind.
screen.
Let's take a look at it.
There's Mike holding up the signed Frank Thomas jersey.
The big hurt.
The big hurt. One of 10 people that bought into the raffle is about to win this Frank Thomas signed jersey. The big hurt. One of the most underrated players in MLB history, in my
You
opinion.
think he's underrated?
Absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely.
All right.
He's, to me, one of the greatest hitters of all time, especially when you consider the steroid era. And in my opinion, he was not taking them because he played football. So Madeline is our winner of
Uh-oh.
the Frank Thomas jersey.
Madeline,
Come on up
down.
here, Madeline.
Come on down. You're the winner.
Congratulations to you. This is what we do here at the Collector's Cave. Making people happy, a big smile on her face. She's
She is
fired
the
up.
winner.
Take a picture. Have
Hold
a
it up.
smile.
Don't block that smile now.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right, Madeline.
Yes.
Madeline.
Madeline.
Madeline, come on up here.
Here.
Get up here. We got to talk to you. You just won. You have to. You got. All right.
This is what I wanted.
Yeah, that's what you wanted. She doesn't. She's shy. She doesn't
She's
want.
very
We don't want
shy.
to make her talk, but we're happy for you here at the
Thank you
Collector's
very much,
Cave.
guys.
Yeah. No problem.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Hey. Big hurt.
So my son works for White Sox in the warehouse, and this morning today, my daughter, my son bought me tickets for today because I love Anderson, so I'm gonna get the bobblehead. I gotta go early.
Got to go early for the
So
bobblehead.
my son tells me today, Ma, what jersey do you want? Which jersey? I go, you know, I don't have a Thomas jersey, and I asked him for it today.
Well,
Ask, and you shall receive. Congratulations to you, Madeline.
Destiny is upon us today with the scratch off winner. Talked about a Frank Thomas jersey this morning.
Talk about
And
it.
wow.
All right, so now general autographs for Dustin Hermanson. You can now get in line if you're ready to get the Dustin Hermanson autograph. Line up on the east side of the building where you see people starting to congregate. A lot of White Sox fans here in the house. Trey, did we get our camera situation figured out? Your side's looking much clearer than my side.
Well, he has
You
a
have a-
better computer, Greg Braggs Jr.
What's that, Trey? Say it. Put me.
But I have a better computer, bro.
You
God
get
damn
what
it.
you pay for in technology.
I thought I
folks.
had a nice
Yeah.
one. So,
Get what
Consult
you
with me
pay
next
for.
time.
so
you
what do
buy
we
a
got to do
computer,
here?
bro.
We got to add this,
Oh, split.
put it on the screen. There it is. Dustin Hermanson signing autographs.
World
hopefully-
Series champion. Dustin
Hopefully,
Hermanson.
nobody that ends up on the broadcast is in witness protection or anything like that, because you're live here on Braggs in the Stands in the Collector's Cave. We got our guy Justin running the Buffalo Wings and Rings in the house. We are gonna make him come up and
It
talk.
does look
here.
good. It does
He's
look
like,
good.
hell no, but we got to. We got to
That is
hear all
another
about.
happy Collector Cave customer right there on the
Yeah.
helmet.
Got a
looking
couple
good.
baseballs. This is the bag of donuts guy.
Yeah.
Is this
Oh,
is this Joey bag of donuts? Oh, not Joe. Barry
Barry.
bag of donuts.
Barry
Not
Donuts.
Joey bag of donuts. Oh, Joey just sounded. Barry bag of donuts getting his autograph signed by Dustin Hermanson, just to give you an idea of kind of what this is all about here at the Collector's Cave. I think your mic might be on.
I put the mic away.
I see.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I'm just.
you got to really get in that mic.
What's funny? When I'm doing karaoke, when I have regular conversation, I'm used to doing this,
Right.
so I don't talk over the music. So that's
Right.
what I'm
Right.
just used to doing. I'm not
he's a
actually.
professional, Bragg.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, I gotta get used to.
Now,
just
as a
having
karaoke
regular
guy,
con-
how many times do you have to hear "Don't Stop Believing," which is the 2005 White Sox credo?
I mean, they definitely do it. Every single Saturday night karaoke, they do the "Don't Stop Believing" and what's the Shania Twain "Feel Like a Woman" or what's the
Ooh, I
yeah.
feel like
Yeah,
a
oh my
woman.
God. Yeah. Oh, yep.
Hey, I'll put this out to everybody in here. The first person to come up here and sing "Don't Stop Believing," I will buy your next 3 drinks.
Don't stop believing.
So is that a drink and a half a piece right there, or what?
Right.
If Dustin wants to sing it, I might owe him for the rest of the day. Oh, I don't know. That'd be a Kodak moment. Dustin.
Dustin's like, I got my ring. I heard the song 4 million times. I'm good. He pitches only. He's only pitching. That's it.
Oh boy. So Aaron's sneaking over here now. He's getting shy now. He's getting shy.
He wanted the
Right.
free drink.
Do I go get my drinks now? or-
Aaron's trying to get the free drinks.
I think Aaron and Trey tied though, so it's 1.5 drinks apiece from Greg Jr.
1.5.
Yeah.
Get a
So
shot
here-
and a half of Jack and Coke, please.
yeah. We got Rizzo on the White Sox. Anthony Rizzo, the World Series champion Chicago Cub. I think he was on the bench last night. So
Why would they put him on the bench? Did he get booed too much on the south
Maybe,
side? He got
maybe.
booed. I was there Thursday, and he got booed hard, man.
Wow.
that was
really?
the Yankees game too, right?
It was, yeah,
Right.
it was the opener.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, maybe he'll be playing tonight. Hopefully the White Sox have a better show. I want to see some fireworks.
Well, there was a couple of homers. Gavin Sheets hit a home run last night, and Moncada hit a home run on Thursday. So there's been a couple homers for the Sox, but I have a feeling there's going to be quite a number of home runs tonight.
Closest I ever came to catching a home run was at Comiskey about 4 years ago or so. We were sitting in the bullpen sports bar, like that
Yeah.
spot where you kind of have your feet on the
Oh, absolutely.
on the warning track sand,
right.
or whatever you want to say. And it's a moonshot, and I could just tell it was gonna land in the patio area.
Oh.
And I'm looking up, and I'm trying to gauge where it's gonna land, but you got the fence in front of you, so I'm kind of watching the right fielder and trailing, and kind of watching as people pick their hands up. And just
Well,
as
how about just judge the ball, Braggs?
well, because you have this fence right in front of you, so you lose it for a second
Okay.
as it's coming in the air. And I'm like, I'm gonna get this thing. I pop out of my chair. I probably drank like 12 Jack and Cokes at this point. And I'm trailing over, and all of a sudden, as I'm just about to catch this thing, I trailed it perfectly. I hit this brick wall of a human being, and this Sox fan just clamps it, and my hat popped off.
Oh wow.
And he was like, got it. I was like, you motherfucker. Because as me, like I said, I'm a Cub fan.
That was left field or right field?
It was right field. Because
So
that's where
he
the
went-
bullpen.
He went opposite field.
And I was a Cub fan, because like I said, I'd been inebriated at this point. I was going to chuck that thing back. And I knew I'd probably get kicked out for it. So I'm glad a Sox fan came down with it, because I'm sure it's a happier memory for him than it would have been for me if I got kicked
Like when
out.
you were saying that you were on the warning track, I said, so you were like Eloy territory back then?
Right. Well,
When he
Eloy
like-
wasn't on the Sox at that
I
point.
know, I mean, but that's where he is
Tormenting
now.
me.
Well-
If I have to hear "Thanks, Cubs" one more time, I might jump off a bridge somewhere here in Chicago.
Well, you probably won't have to hear that today because he's not playing today.
Yeah.
because he won't be back for a little while.
But I heard a rumor that Eloy might be back sooner than anticipated. They thought maybe a few months, and now it might be a few weeks.
It could be early June or end of May, possibly. I'm hearing, but I will do something to blow your mind right now, Greg Braggs Jr.
I'm ready.
So tonight, which you don't know where you're, but I'll tell you right now, is that number one, I am a ball magnet. I've caught many home run and foul balls in my career, so the ball finds me. So we're actually sitting just behind the bullpen, maybe a row or two in left field.
Okay.
Today. So there'll be a good chance you're going to get one, I think, tonight.
Aaron got his antennas up when you said ball magnet. You should see the balls on this guy. They're huge. No, the only foul ball I've ever caught was also at Comiskey for Cub Sox, and it was off the bat of Ben Zobrist. Yeah, well, but it looks clear on yours, so I think we're good. You know, and I don't see anybody in the chat complaining about pixelation. Yeah, so if you're in the broadcast chat watching us on TV, let us know if the pixelation is good or bad. Because on Trey's laptop,
it looks amazing.
It's clear as a whistle, and on mine, it looks like 1989. So it looks like pre-HD
like glitch.
But this is the camera showing Dustin Hermanson signing autographs. Justin here at Buffalo Wings and Rings taking pictures for all the patrons. A good guy. Look at that. A man of many talents.
A man of the people.
Right, looking forward to digging into his menu here, eating some food.
I've been walking around before we started. The food looks amazing. And
yeah, it's a great atmosphere here at Buffalo Wings and Rings. They got cool, sports pictures. They got Walter Payton jumping over the touchdown pile, Michael Jordan. They got all these TVs, and you're right here in Bridgeport, so you're right down the street from Comiskey. And it's a great spot to pregame for White Sox
for
baseball.
Sure, great spot for White Sox baseball. They got the bus, which will bring you to the game. So if you're having a couple of drinks before the game, you can take a bus to get to the game and then come back and maybe have a couple more drinks or some appetizers.
That's right.
The TVs are also really good sized, large TVs. So if you are here at 3434 Halsted, you can see the game of your choice very clearly.
I thought you were about to put the mic up without a mic in your hand. You hear that? Yeah, you're good. You're good. Take your time. You want me to change the camera straight? Okay. All right, I'm watching. Are you going to get my slim side? Because
we're on.
That might be
live
easier
adjustments here. Live technology. That's
NBA playoffs last night. Did you get a chance? It's on the screen up here.
That's getting the top of the laptop only.
Right.
Yeah.
So you got to pick it up a little. There it is.
Yeah, there it is.
That's the money shot, as they say. But
do they say that?
They say that.
Okay.
Well, I think this is a bar without children. I don't know.
No, I saw a couple. There's a kids right there, bro. I just saw kids a couple of seconds ago.
All right. Well, then I'll keep the cursing to a minimum. Did you get it? I can't promise I'm not going to curse.
Cursing. He's just going to keep it to a minimum.
I don't like to make promises I can't keep. But did you guys get a chance to watch the NBA playoffs last night, Trey? Golden State closing it out against Memphis. Memphis Grizzlies, kind of that up-and-coming team. Ja Morant didn't get to play the last few games, which was really disappointing. But did you get a chance to watch that series at all, or overall thoughts on the NBA playoffs?
Right, that series is a good series, but my overall thoughts on the playoffs, with exception to what the Bulls did, every series has been competitive, great games down to the wire.
Yep.
And you really see what I like when I see the young talent, because you kind of get worried, you see LeBron James and Steph, they're all getting older, like KD, who are going to be the names that come up? And
right.
You see Edwards from Minnesota, and I'm like, wow, okay, they're really showing out. You see, of course, you love Ja Morant, and you see Trae Young and all these other players, and you feel good about the NBA.
Right.
Yeah,
because there's no LeBron this year,
Right.
The Warriors are still there. They've been doing this for about 10 years.
Right.
but there's no LeBron. Notes. What you showing us here?
Oh, the camera. Yeah, just
Trey's Johnny B's adjusting.
I think that's good because I see the whole back of your chair
Okay.
that you were sitting in now.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, and like we were saying with the NBA playoffs, it's kind of interesting because there's no LeBron this year. There's no LeBron this year, so I don't have a person to hate on like I normally do.
Here's my take on the NBA playoffs so far. There's been a lot of great games, don't get me wrong, that have been close, but there's also been a lot of games where they're just like been blowouts lately. Like I'm talking like that last game, not last night, the one before with the Warriors. I mean, it was like it's like hard to watch. And I'm usually betting prop bets on the NBA games, and I have the NBA game on the littler TV in the Johnny B Side Sportsbook. I usually have one of the baseball games.
They're
on
all
the
pretty
one.
big TVs, Johnny.
Well, 65 inch is not big for me. The middle TV. The way that I got it set up,
Johnny B.
the way that I got it set up is the middle TV is 85 inches, and then the left and the right, the east and the west TV is 65. So it's symmetrical with a big screen in the middle.
Okay.
But I'm looking forward to like maybe the games, like every game in every series being close as we move forward here. Obviously, you have a game 7 coming up. I believe, is it tomorrow with the Suns and the Mavericks?
Yeah.
I believe
Yep,
it's
and
tomorrow.
then also the Celtics
and
yeah, a lot of those games have been close.
why can't I remember the Celtics are playing?
Celtics,
and the Bucks.
Bucks.
Yeah, the defending world champs.
right.
But I did hit a little parlay last night
Closest
at the
NBA
Golden
team
State
too,
game.
that's right.
I had Curry, 4
Team
made
that beat us.
3-pointers with.
That's easy money.
I know, but I put it with Thompson with 4. So I put that
okay.
together. It had a nice little plus odds. So that was easy money last night for Johnny B.
So the young buck got his baseball signed. Looks very excited.
He's got a Southside shirt on.
His mom's got the Kopech jersey on.
All the girls love Kopech.
Yeah,
I mean, they love him. The guy's a stud.
yeah,
They're like, he's so handsome. He's got beautiful hair.
yeah. He is very handsome.
He is handsome.
Yeah, long, beautiful hair. We appreciate you guys coming out. Thank you. So yeah, we're just doing it up here at Buffalo Wings and Rings, the Collector's Cave. Have Dustin Hermanson, and then upcoming Jose Contreras here in just a little bit from the 2005 White Sox as we're moving along here today this afternoon, pre-gaming for White Sox Yankees. So Trey's going to get a drink. I'm probably due for another round.
Now,
Hey, Trey, can you ask Miles? Can you ask Miles? If Miles wouldn't mind, I would love another Jack and Coke when he gets a chance.
So
He's working hard behind the bar. You
so
know.
the question I have for you, Greg Braggs Jr.
Yes, sir.
is,
Yes, sir.
Like you're like, Johnny B, can you drive? Johnny B, can you drive? Johnny B, can you drive? So was the Johnny B, can you drive so that you could have a date with your good friend Jack Daniels and Coke?
Well,
today?
it definitely played into the equation. I was like, will I drink? Won't I drink? I just don't know. But I know that Johnny, every time I ask you to have a drink, I'm reminded that you don't drink.
Well, that's
the
only
weirdest thing.
That's only
ever.
partially true. I mean,
Okay.
I don't drink like most
a
people
horse?
say like drinking, but I do some shots of whiskey from time to time. So I do that. I am not totally dry.
Well, if you want a shot, just let me know. I'd love to oblige you. You drove me out here. You're helping me with this show as you have since its inception, 2 years ago?
It's been a few minutes.
Almost
it's been
3
a minute.
years.
Has
It's
it
like
been that
coming
long?
up on year 3.
Woo.
We've been doing it up here at Braddock's in the Sands, having a lot of fun. And so now,
I'm always down for a good time, Greg. You know that.
Not here for a long time. I'm just here for a good time. So
It's a damn good day to have a nice day.
as we got our guy Jose Contreras behind us, getting ready to do his own autographs. He's signing a few things. Very cool to be in the presence. Jose is a part of a starting rotation
Yeah.
that to me is one of the greatest world championship rotations
There's no doubt about
that you will ever see.
And that's kind of like the way baseball is heading. You're not going to see, the amount of innings that those guys did,
No.
it just doesn't happen anymore. And I believe I think it was one of the series, every starting pitcher went the distance,
Right.
complete game.
Right. I mean, like it kind of speaks for itself. I think they only lost one game in the
Right.
playoffs in their run to win a World Series.
That is true. I remember I was at one of the playoff games early on in the first series.
the Red Sox.
But correct. And then I was for the second series against, I believe, the Angels.
Yep.
I was in Las Vegas for most of that.
Okay.
With a couple friends, and my sister was out there, and
The
it was
infamous
right.
AJ Pierzynski dropped third strike,
right. Well,
play.
there was a lot of Californians out there at the sports books in Vegas, and obviously the Angels were playing. So it was so much good times trolling them, when Canerico was just leaving the park. Like, he hit a lot of home runs in that series. And so it was definitely a memorable run. And then once we got to the World Series, having those parties down at the mean streets of Aspen Trail back in the day.
That's right. The mean streets. I miss those days. We all had to grow up and move on to bigger, greener pastures, except for Eric, who's still there.
I just moved. I didn't grow up.
Same. So Trey's over here. He's drinking a strawberry lemonade. You're not gonna sit.
I mean, you're calling the guy out on with a strawberry lemonade. I mean, it is a hot day in Chicago the last few days, so he can drink a strawberry lemonade in peace.
Yeah, I'm gonna let him try to be in peace, but I don't give many people peace. It's just kind of my nature. So it looks like we got a Dustin Hermanson bobblehead.
Is that a Dustin Hermanson bobblehead?
That's pretty slick.
That is pretty slick.
Let me bring the camera around.
He put it in that box like it was that. It was like that gold idol from the beginning of Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Sir. Oh, he's getting it authenticated.
Oh, I like that. Maybe he'll come over and show it to us.
Yeah. Maybe when you're done getting it authenticated, if you could show the camera bobblehead. This is a pretty slick item, custom made.
So he had a custom made
Dustin Hermanson bobblehead. This is pretty sweet. What's your name, sir? Eduardo. Okay. Oh, your buddy makes bobbleheads.
All right, so here
this
he
is
goes.
a good guy to know. So
there it is. Zoom it in. Bring it to the camera.
Turn it around to show the autograph.
Authenticated.
Wow,
right
your
there.
friend makes these
Dang,
personally, huh?
That's slick.
That is pretty good.
If I could quote the water boy right there, that's some high quality H2O right there.
That is pretty nice. Thank you for showing us, Eduardo. Congratulations. How you doing today? So here we are having fun.
People of all ages having fun.
That's right. Trey's back.
Collector Cave signing.
That's right. Notes is in the house. Notes is in the house. Does Notes want to come up and talk about how much he loves me? he was about to get up and then he sat right down.
He's not rushing up.
How about you get up here and talk about how much you love Trey? I mean, that's a little easier to get up.
He's not rushing up. I'm just saying.
I need Miles to get on the mic. I mean, I know he's busy. But this is my guy. We've really built a relationship here.
Oh, he looked at you like I'm too busy.
He gave me the one.
That 1 minute means not on your lifetime, bro.
Yeah. Man, what's a guy got to do? So, do you guys take a look at the NFL schedule release? Johnny B, I know you're a diehard Chiefs fan.
Yes, I know it's confusing, but
it's not confusing. I just want to give context to the viewers and people here.
I was born on south side of Chicago, so it is confusing for a lot of people.
You appreciate the Bears because of that too, but
I am a football fan. Don't get me wrong. Like, I love NFL football. I have my teams that I hate, obviously, being a Chiefs fan. But I just love NFL football. I love the idea of 11 guys on each side having to come together to create success. Yeah, so it's a tough, you have a lot of different parts that have to go right to have a winning team.
Sure.
And I just love it. I love betting on it. It's my number one sport for me, like to bet on, as far as my percentages and things like that.
Sure.
I love it.
As a guy, we got a Dustin Hermanson jersey getting signed here. But no, Trey, what are your thoughts with the schedule release, concerning the Bears? Obviously, we talk a lot of Chicago sports on our show. I know our buddy Will probably has them winning 2 games, but anything that stood out to you on the schedule? They start with the Niners,
Right.
then they go on the road at Green Bay,
Yeah.
which I heard a stat from my guy Brendan Segru, does great work on Bears Twitter. He said the Bears and Packers have played in 18 straight years of a primetime game. In 14 of those 18 years, the primetime game has been at Green Bay. That, to me, is some bull. That's some BS, as we have some kids
Well,
here.
maybe if we had a quality stadium, they would do more primetime home games.
When you get
Are
to
you-
maybe
are
they'll
you-
switch it, Greg. When you get to Arlington, I know that's your hope. Maybe they'll
No,
switch
you
it.
know what I think it is? I think the media enjoys watching the Bears get throttled on national TV so they can, show the stat of how many quarterbacks we've had in the 25-year span compared to the Packers. And it's like, why do they got to torment us like this? It's bad enough that we got to deal with these losses, but then it has to be on the primetime stage
Well, I
as
guess
well.
the only people that can change that is the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
Are you believing in the new regimen with Brian Poles and Matt Eberflus? It's early in it. We haven't even gotten to training camp yet.
Right.
It's their first year. But now that Matt Nagy and Ryan Pace are gone, do you believe that these guys are going to be the ones to get it turned around?
Hopefully. I mean, I have no reason not to believe that they're not. So it's I mean, it's like you can only go up from here, to be honest with you. And I like the moves that they've made so far, because I mean, you have a sense that you just gotta get the right people in the building first. And
All you can do is hope for the
Right.
best at this point, right?
right, exactly.
I mean, there's not much else you can do.
You got to
Yeah.
start. You got to start in the trenches. Anybody else that has tickets for Hermanson, you can line up now and get your autographs and items on the east side over there by the longer section where the bus is parked outside. Line up right there. And last call.
Last call for those of you with a Dustin Hermanson autograph ticket, general or VIP or otherwise. He's doing his thing here, finishing up the last few autographs, taking time with the fans, the kids, the adults, and everybody in between. Pretty cool stuff here put on by the Collectors Cave. So we got to give them big props for, making this an experience, not just, come in, get your signing, and get out the way. It's you can meet them, take a picture, get an autograph, listen to 3, knuckleheads talk sports.
Today get yourself some nice food and beverages here. At
They have
location.
other, memorabilia for sale.
Bears, Cubs. I saw.
Right.
They have a lot of stuff going on here, Collectors Cave. Not just White Sox. They have other items as well.
Right.
100%.
And it's nice and cool in here.
Yeah, well, I know Trey likes the AC. He said,
Yeah.
no, that was Greg that said he liked the AC because he was outside all week.
Oh my gosh, it was blistering hot out. It was ridiculous. Very, like I said, we can't enjoy a spring. We have to go from rain every day to the hottest week of your life.
Well, that's called Welcome to Chicago, bro.
Right.
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
not
It's
new.
the Midwest.
You use your heater and AC in the same day.
So, Bears aside, Greg, the NFL season, I think is shaping up to be one of the best ever. What are you looking forward to in the NFL season? Maybe that's not Bears related, possible games. The AFC is locked and loaded with a bunch of quarterbacks now.
Well, that's the thing that I love as a Bears fan, because I'm always thinking of it through a Bears lens. But in the NFL, all the quarterback talent is in the AFC.
Right, and Russell Wilson just left. The
Russell
NFC,
Wilson to the
so-
Broncos. And so all that it is Aaron Rodgers at the Packers, and his days are numbered there.
Brady.
And then Tom Brady, who we thought was going to retire.
Zero
And then he
chance.
spent 2 weeks at home having to do dishes. And then he went running back to the NFL. So,
Well, he probably saw what was happening, honestly, with the quarterback situation in the AFC. And he's like, honestly, I think
maybe
I
I
have to
can
get
finish on a
past-
good note.
I got to get past Rodgers. I lost my last game. Maybe I can make it back to another Super Bowl, or championship game.
And that's what I mean. As a Bears fan, like I said, overall, obviously the NFL is great every year. Watching the playoffs, even though the Bears weren't in, it was great. It was a great Super Bowl. The Bengals had a nice run. They're an up and coming team. But for the Bears, I'm just like, hey, they can be that next team in line in the NFC. All these quarterbacks defecting to the AFC, all the young talent in the AFC. Yeah, I'm sure somebody will peek their head in, in the NFC. But as of right now, somebody's waiting to take the torch in the NFC. And with Justin Fields and all the talent he has, and a lot of unknowns, because the Bears didn't get much done last year as far as his progression and development, but he could be that next great quarterback in line in the NFC. It's not a long list.
That's true. That's true. That's like who's going to come in the NFC, have the opportunity and seize it. You got to have those trenches obviously solidified. If you don't have time, you can only roll that pocket so many times, and everything that goes on along with that, but the bottom line is who wants to come into the NFC and be the next, heir apparent. That AFC is locked and loaded. You could really rattle off, 5 to 6 guys that could, win the AFC championship, as quarterback. Who's it going to be in the NFC? Who's that next guy?
What do you think, Trey? I mean, do you believe that Justin can be that guy?
Inside joke with me and those. I certainly do hope so. I'm not just speaking as a Bears fan. When you look at Justin Fields' skill set and his, it seems like he has a willingness to want to learn and work hard, and you just tie that in with his talent, and you just hope that he grows from there and just has the ability to, but you still need a good team, and like when the thing about football is that you're so dependent on the other players. Like you can have all the talent, in the world, but if your receiver can't catch or if your line can't block
or your coach can't call plays,
runs the wrong route, all that.
Right. Right, your GM can't right, yeah, your owner can't own. It's like, yeah, we have all types of issues here in Chicago, but yeah, it's like, so I'm really just looking for that cohesiveness, and you want your line, because like I know it's cliche to say, but it does start up front. I mean, if you can't get the time to throw the ball or run the ball and be,
right,
successful,
have that balance,
right? You want your offensive line to know each other. Like, okay, I know he likes to do this, or we gel and we work together to get the job done. So that's what I'm looking for. Like look for that. I get the key veterans they need, and then like, oh, you have time. Okay, now the receiver, all right, you have time. So
right.
so that's where it starts. So now that you have time,
I mean, look at the Patriots. All those years with Tom Brady, he didn't have, except for the 1 year with Randy Moss. It wasn't like they had
exactly.
all-pro wide receivers every year.
It's all about and like with their offense is like really like timing and good route running.
And blocking.
Right. Yeah,
and the Bears, I think, put their offensive line on notice because they drafted 4 offensive linemen, albeit in the last day of the draft, but at the same time, like guys that could potentially take jobs. And so I think they really did kind of put them on Front Street, like, hey, you better step up or somebody's going to take your job.
Well, you could tell the way the Bears GM was handling that draft that he was just trying to get picks. He was just trying to get guys that maybe they thought could be diamonds in the rough. You know what I mean? Guys that maybe they didn't want to let go to the undrafted college free agent signing because then you don't have the rights to them. You don't have control.
Right.
So I think that's what his plan was, getting some bodies that he felt could be capable, contributors at the NFL late in the draft,
Yeah.
But Andy Reid's won 100 games in 2 different, 100 games plus in the AFC, 100 plus games in the NFC, 2 different teams, Eagles and Chiefs. And he always starts, baby. It always starts in the trenches. It starts up front. So he's been doing it a long time, getting success. So I think that's where it needs to start. And then that timing, like Trey said, comes along, and then it starts to click, baby, and then you never know.
Right, exactly. And when you look at like teams that run the ball well, I look at 2 teams in particular. I always look at Baltimore and I look at San Francisco. And it's like no matter who's back there, it's like they get it done. And that just shows you it does have a lot to do with coaching. Because, I mean, you got talent, you got speed all over the place. But if you just put those people in the right situation and, get them to, and like a lot of people like say, oh, yeah, these people get paid millions of dollars. They should be trying their hardest. But you still have to be in a good environment, to do your job. Because, like, everybody gets paid at their job. That doesn't mean they're all like, all right, now I'm getting paid. I'm going to put in my all 110%.
Yeah, if you got a like, not a good work environment or
Exactly.
everybody's not pulling their weight, it gets kind of old. It don't matter how much you make. Another one of those teams that, like Trey was talking about, running the ball, and you could see is like I look at the Tennessee Titans.
Right, yeah,
like they were, using Derrick Henry in a lot of ways, obviously rushing the ball. He catch some passes, and that really opened up Tannehill. But then when King Henry got hurt, it kind of changed, and I think that really got exposed to them in the playoffs. Even though they did win a game, they just didn't have that explosiveness anymore on offense. And then King Henry tried to come back for that last game, and obviously it wasn't 100%. And then Tannehill just wasn't there. So that definitely that running the ball, in those trenches can set you up for success. If you depending on what type of quarterback you have.
Right, exactly, and that's what like I don't want Justin Fields to be that quarterback that like okay the pocket breaks down and he has to like escape and every single time. Like you want him to be able to do that, but not every single time. Like oh no, you don't want to have to deal with that because that's nerve wracking. It's like it's nerve wracking to watch. I can't imagine what it is where you can't trust your line enough and you're already running around.
It's almost like they know it's coming,
right?
And it's like maybe they could wait just a little bit longer, but they won't. They're like, no, I'm gone.
right.
I'm not getting hit. I'm gonna take, get 6-7 yards hopefully and run out of bounds. I'm not taking another hit.
Right, exactly. Yeah, so I'm just I know that the Bears and working with Justin Fields a lot on his footwork and timing, and so I started to research like about footwork and timing, and you start to see that it's really about when you take your 3 and 5 step drops, when you take those steps back. Like you should be able to throw the ball at a certain spot, and you expect somebody to be there.
A lot of the great quarterbacks, you see that you'll see the ball thrown because the trust is there before they even make it out of the break, and then when they turn, the ball is just waiting.
Right, you saw that a lot with Manning and like who was with the Colts. Like you see it all the
Reggie
time.
Wayne,
Marvin Harrison.
Marvin Harrison. He'll turn around and the ball will be right in his face. I'm like, what? How did they?
Hey, Miles, you got to get on screen at some point. We got to put you on screen, but here we go. No, here he is.
Right,
here's Miles.
What's up, Miles?
Here's your mic.
Hello, everyone. Welcome.
Is it on? Is it on?
You got to turn it on, Braggs.
Yeah.
What the heck? All right,
There you
now
go.
it's on.
Come, just give him your mic.
Miles.
Welcome to Wings and Rings, everybody.
Right,
This is my restaurant.
This is my guy, Miles. Now, Miles, wait, take the mic back. I know you're busy, but admit that you copped a feel on me earlier.
I copped a couple of fields.
You copped a couple of feels.
Yeah,
I'm a married man.
It's okay.
And you're copping feels.
You get the double shot.
And where's the wife? Where's the wife?
She ain't here.
She ain't here.
So when she ain't here, don't hurt her. So, no,
He said he don't care.
no, hey, our guy Miles. Thank you, Miles. And our guy Notes over here to our right bought us some shots. I once did a toast when I got drunk with Dennis Rodman at a bar. It was one of my greatest. I was like, this is my childhood hero. And I got drunk with Dennis Rodman. And I told him, there are good ships, there are wood ships, there are ships that sail the sea. But the best ships are friendships, and may they always be. And Dennis lost his mind when I told him this.
I think I just lost
Well,
my
that was
mind.
just beautiful, man.
He's like, Dennis Rodman's like, text me that quote. Text me that
Text it
salute.
to me.
Okay, that's great. And I was like, all right, give me your number, Dennis. So anyway, we got a special guest joining us. Make sure the mic is on for our guy before I mess this up.
All right.
There it is. There
Our
it is.
first ever live
Live
guest. Dan Hampton big timed us, but not Dustin Hermanson. Come on over here. You can come behind us here. We'll try to make some room. I'm a big body, so I'll try to make room as best I can. Dustin Hermanson, 2005 World Series champion, joining us here on Braggs in the Stands and the Collector's Cave here at Buffalo Wings and Rings. Dustin, what's it like for you as someone that has this big shiny ring on your finger, and all these years later,
beautiful.
almost 20 years later, all these Sox fans still come out and just live that memory over and over?
like you said, 20 years. That makes me feel old now.
We're all old up here.
They tell us we're all getting older, but we're still trying to have a good time.
I'll be honest with you. What an incredible year. Of course, I'll never forget it. I appreciate everybody coming out here. You know, we had some unbelievable fans.
Let's give Dustin a round
Yeah,
of
let's go.
applause
Let's
for
hear it,
all
Dustin.
the fans up here.
World Series champion.
Yes.
Let's go.
It definitely was a blessing. I mean, I definitely thank God every day for baseball, just being able to do that for a living. And the year that I had here, my dad actually passed away right after we won the World Series.
Wow. So you got to
So-
see it.
You got to see it.
He woke up in the morning. My mom said he woke up and sat up and says, "We're champions, aren't we, honey?" And she's like, "Yeah, we're champions, buddy."
Man,
So,
that puts chills down my spine
Yeah,
just hearing that. That's pretty
this
cool,
is my
man.
my
Good for you.
my last full season because of my back.
Okay.
So God was in control, man. Amazing year.
Isn't it? It
Unbelievable.
did feel like a season of fate, right? I mean, you guys were hot coming out the gates, and then it was like there's trials and tribulations as the season ends, and then you guys just blew through the playoffs. The Red Sox, the Angels, and then the Astros. Tell us about that experience as you guys got to the playoffs and your mentality, going through that.
Well, I tell you what, it did. It seemed like it was just destined to be. I mean, it was going to happen. I mean, from the beginning of the season, the way that we gelled together was incredible. I mean, we definitely were a family of brothers.
It seemed like a family.
And we were, and the thing about it is, you guys look at, we didn't have a whole lot of superstars.
Right.
I mean, we weren't a team full of superstars like the Yankees
Right.
buy a World Series
You had
team every year.
grinders.
Right.
We were just a bunch of
Ball players.
We were a bunch of brothers that banded well together and loved every minute of it. I mean, we had fun, and I think that's the reason why we were so successful. It wasn't about one individual person. It just seemed like everybody was a star different nights.
Right. Like somebody else stepped up every night. It was
Ev-
somebody new.
Every night there was a different superstar, and that was what was amazing. We picked each other up when someone was down. I mean, it was a band of brothers. And if anybody would have been in the clubhouse, you could feel it. You
Right.
could just see us having fun together, and
Well, I mean,
camaraderie was awesome.
and that was the time where like the Red Sox broke their curse with the idiots. The Cubs, of course, had their great run, and then Bartman, stopped it, but they had that feel. And then the next year, you guys are coming on like wildfire, and you guys hadn't won in a long time. And, I say you guys as a Cub fan. Johnny B's our resident Sox fan, and it's like it was just kind of one of those moments in baseball where it just felt like it was finally the teams that hadn't gotten their turn. It was their time.
Yeah, it was, and I was just like I said, blessed to be able to be with the White Sox that year. I mean, it was just
Like you
something
said,
you can't describe. I mean, every time I try to think about it, it's just like I said, it gives me butterflies.
well, my father, John A., I'm John B., Johnny B. He is a baseball guy, and he was a varsity starter for St. Francis de Sales in Chicago. That's where he played. And baseball is his sport. He was always a Sox guy. His uncle, who were both named after, pitched on the Sox for a very brief time back in the early 1950s. And that 2005 run in the playoffs and that whole season, we went to a bunch of games out there at the park. I mean, it meant so much to him. And like for me to see him, the Sox finally win it, and what you guys did, and obviously for myself too, my first one, it was just meant a lot. And we talk about it all the time, all the memories that we had from that summer, and I just really appreciate everything that you guys laid on the line to get it done.
Well, I appreciate you guys all being there and supporting us, because I mean, it was an incredible run.
What was the memory that stood out to you the most in the playoffs? Was it El Duque against the Red Sox shutting it down, to get you out of that series? Was it the AJ moment against the Angels, or was it the Scotty Pods walk-off? What's the one memory, if you had to pick one, because I know it takes a lot of moments to win a World Series, but what's the one that you always think about?
Well, I got to be honest with you. The starters were incredible. Our starting pitching was so incredible that I didn't even get a chance to hardly pitch out of the bullpen.
Right.
I mean, they were going 8-9.
We were just talking about that, those complete games. that they were
Probably the
throwing.
greatest starting rotation to ever win a World Series.
I think so. Well, the way they pitched, they were definitely the best starting rotation.
At least
absolutely.
statistically, what they did in that postseason, I would probably have to agree.
I mean, how
you
you
know.
go 11-1, 11-1 in the postseason.
I mean,
it's
that's-
'cause these starters. They were
Right.
They took us all the way to the 7th and 9th inning, and it's kind of hard to lose games when your starters are pitching that well. So I give them, I mean, most of the credit for the playoffs.
Now, I told the story earlier that I saw Scotty Pods doing a pregame show on the field at Wrigley, and I told him, hey, Scotty, that was a lucky hit. And he goes, yeah, you'll never see one of those here. And we had a good laugh. You know, what are your memories of that moment when Scotty Podsednik hits the walk-off home run at Comiskey, Game 2 of the World Series?
Well, it was amazing because it was Pods too.
Right.
Because he's not known to hit home runs, you know.
Right.
And then like, you know, like I said, there was a new star every night. You go to Houston with Blum, and Blum was with Houston. I mean, Blum was one of the guys that hit home runs. I mean, it's just every night someone else stepped up, you know, and that to me was why we were such a great team and held together so well together, because everybody just picked each other up and new stars every night.
For me, it was actually with all those great moments, and we could sit here and list, you know, whether it's the, you know, Canerico when he puts the fist up after the home run, or Scotty Pods walk off, you know, the starting pitching, you know, Ozzie Guillen calling for the big boy, all that. But for me, it was just that final out, you know, Uribe making those crazy plays at the
Diving
end,
into the stands.
but then just like everybody, like the way that the team celebrated and just, you know, like finally winning it. And like, as we're trying to watch it at the, you know, mean streets of Aspen Trail, I probably had 20 people in my little condo there. You know, we were like celebrating the same way, you know, with the players. Like
Sure.
we were in our house, but it felt like we were there, you know, and you could just see the joy on the players' face, you know, finally getting the goal and how it all came together. And like, you know, like it felt like we were part of the team. It really did.
Absolutely. What was amazing was that last out was made, and I was the first one running out of the bullpen. And Houston has this really huge bullpen door that's metal. Well, I grabbed that thing and pushed it so hard, I flipped it off of the hinges, and you could hear the fans go, "Oh my God!"
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, we were just so excited. I threw that door so hard, it just came off the hinges, and we were off running. It was amazing.
Now,
Was that your fastest run out ever from the bullpen in your career?
It was a pretty good sprint.
Yeah, all right, nice.
My back wasn't hurting too bad.
All of a sudden, yeah, it was feeling pretty good all of a sudden, adrenaline.
Now, Mike's over here, and he wants to let everyone know that we've got, as we take a picture, we have another raffle giveaway here from the Collector's Cave with Mike Ditka, signed middle finger picture, his iconic finger where he's flipping the bird.
It's a
10 people.
It's a family show.
For
It's the
$10,
number one.
$10 for entry. 10 people have a chance to enter. One will win. So we're going to go around, and if anybody wants to get in on this, you can have a chance to win a cool autograph picture from the Collector's Cave. Now, you know, Dustin, not to take up too much of your time, and we greatly appreciate you coming on, because like I said, we've done a few live events, and we try not to bug the celebrities. You know, that's right. You're a celebrity. Come on now.
You know it would be a White Sox.
You're a champ. Yeah, when you're in Chicago and you're a champ, that's uncharted territory. There is, unless you were on the '90s Bulls, that's something to behold. So,
Braggs, you knew the first guest would be a White Sox player.
Yeah,
because the Cubs players would be like too cool or whatever.
Too cool for school.
I mean? But like
Aramis and Mickey were like
real people, bro.
Yeah, no,
yeah, I'm not too cool.
And we
real
appreciate
people.
it. But to fast forward to this year, you know, with this team last year and the last couple of years, feeling like they're going to have World Series expectations. Such a talented group, so many dynamic characters and talent and athletes. You know, they've fallen short. They had the weird COVID year, which I felt like was not fair to them, you know, as a team trying to grow, and they have such a short season. It's weird. It's not how they're trained to play. And then last year, you're like, okay, this is their moment. Like we said, the Field of Dreams game, it almost felt like, okay, they're going to do this. You could, like the way Tim Anderson hit that walk-off and is doing that's the fireworks going off. It's like, man, who's going to stop them when the playoffs come around?
Awesome.
But they fell short. They have some learning to do, you know, as they go through. You guys just kind of caught fire, right? It was a 1 year kind of a thing where you didn't necessarily climb the ladder as some teams do. What do you think that this team needs to do to reach that pinnacle, you know, and get deeper into the playoffs and potentially win a World Series?
Well, I can't tell you exactly because I'm not a coach, but I think that this team has more, and I'm not trying to put our team down, but they have more talent than we did. And it's all about, like I said, playing well together and picking each other up. So that, to me, becoming a family is when you play the best baseball of all time. So I don't know what their clubhouse is like. I don't know if they gel well together, if they go out together. we went everywhere together.
Yeah.
You know, we hung out together all the time off the field.
Right.
And I just think that, you know, maybe that's something they need to do. You know,
Maybe
Brothers.
a bench clearing brawl. Is that something that'll bring the team together?
or a team party.
Yeah. Like, how about not a party, a team party?
Team party. I mean, that, you know, right there, you just go out together, you hang out together, you protect each other. I mean, that's how you start gelling together. So like I said, I can't tell you what the clubhouse is like, but to me, you need to hang out more.
Okay.
Just hang out together more. I think that will help them.
Chemistry.
Yes,
Right.
absolutely.
So we got Johnny B here. He's the resident Sox fan here on our show, Brags in the Stands, and I'm the jackass that talks too much. And then this is my guy, Trey Tunes, who is easily the most talented one of the bunch, who I never let talk. And I could tell, I know there's people in the chat like, hey, Brags, let this guy freaking talk. Shut up, Aaron. You know, Trey, what do you got for Dustin as we have, you know, a World Series champ
On our
here
first
on our show?
Athlete guest on Brags in the
Right,
Stands.
yeah,
privilege,
that's so
baby.
cool.
Thank you.
I just want to know, like, how does it feel like to do events like this? You know, when you're doing the signing, or is it a little surreal? Like, wow, I can't, you know, like, why? I mean, I always wonder how it is for people, you know, like,
The stars.
yeah, right,
Yeah,
like,
the
how does-
guys that actually lived it for real, not
Right.
us just watching.
right,
hoping,
yeah, because the
praying.
moment is so huge, and you just got the whole city behind you, and then you're asked to come out and do things like this. I mean, it's like I get so happy, you know, like for people, you know, to be able to experience stuff like that and win championships and see it happen. I just wonder, like now, like when you look back and you're here and you're doing this like event, like how does it just feel generally?
Well, you guys cracked me up by saying celebrities and stars because all I am is a full-time daddy at home. So, you know,
How many kids you got?
I got 2.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
so they're with me full time. So thing about it is that it's a blessing to come out here and see people that are fans and that support. Like I say, back home, I'm just a Joe Schmo with shorts, flip flops, and tank tops.
Not my
Right.
kind of guy.
So you know, coming here it's awesome. You know, to get to feel the vibe again and see people that really care about baseball and that are really into it and actually enjoy the baseball players. So it is surreal to come here and feel that energy again and just kind of like talk to some fans because, you know, they're the ones that make baseball. If it wasn't for the fans, you don't have baseball. You know, the fans are the ones that make the game. So I enjoyed spending time with fans all the time when I was playing, and especially now because, like I said, now I'm just full-time daddy, so there's not a whole lot of action, you know, at home.
So we've got 4 more spots to fill out the Mike Ditka signed picture. All you need to do to enter is $10, and you have a chance to win. 6 people have entered, 4 more to go, and then they'll raffle off the lucky winner. We've already had a lucky winner pull away a Frank Thomas signed jersey here earlier. You know, I know Frank was kind of like halfway part of the World Series championship team. He got a ring.
He was a whole part.
Right.
It just was hurt a little bit. So.
Right.
Yeah, he was
right,
he was
right.
clubhouse, you know.
Yeah, I don't mean to
obviously.
denigrate what
No, I know what you're saying.
he is the White Sox. You know, I mean, growing up, you know, hearing Gene Honda say number 35, Frank Thomas. I mean, it's iconic. You know, what are your thoughts with
Gene
the
Honda
Big
reference.
Hurt? Like, to me, I call him the most underrated player in MLB history. That's not to say he didn't get the recognition he deserves. He does, especially from people in the city of Chicago. But what are your overall thoughts of Frank Thomas and what he means to the White Sox?
Well, I mean, Frank was not only a great player, but a great person. Kind of a big kid to be around. And for him to be that kind of franchise player for the White Sox, him more than anybody deserved to be there.
Sure.
Whether he only played a month or not, he deserved all the time he put in for the White Sox before. He's the one that deserved to be there, you know, 100%.
Yeah, I saw him at a thing for Bernie's Book Bank they did, and I was totally fanboying out, and my wife was like, don't embarrass me. Like, just act like you're supposed to be. I was like, this is the Big Hurt. No, I'm going up to him and saying hello.
I will
But
say,
real quick, VIPs that are here for Jose Contreras, now is the time to line up on the east side
we're going
of
to
the
the
building.
east side.
And Mike is beckoning Dustin Hermanson. So final thoughts for Dustin here. We really appreciate your time here on Brags in the Stands. But any final thoughts? Are you going to the game tonight?
Yes,
And
I
just sweet. So
Nice.
Johnny
We'll be
B and
there.
I'll be in left field. I'm going
You
to try
got
to
to be
catch
a
a
Sox
home
fan
run.
tonight,
But
bro.
what are your final thoughts here to wrap it up quickly? And we appreciate all the time you've given us.
Well, I thank you guys for having me here. Thanks for bringing me back to Chicago. Thanks for giving me some free not daddy time.
Nice. Let's go.
But just once again, thank you fans for supporting us, for supporting the athletes, and once again,
Let's go. Let's hear it for him. Let's go.
once again, without you guys, there is no us. So just thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Hey, we appreciate you, Dustin.
Pleasure.
And
Thank
good luck with the 2 kids. I got one. One almost
Appreciate it,
seems
man.
like enough. 2 can be a handful. So good luck with that. And thank you for all your time today.
God
We
bless you,
appreciate the stories.
Dustin
man. Thank you.
Hermanson.
God bless
Don't
you guys.
stop believing.
Don't stop believing.
Dustin
First,
Hermanson.
Brags in the stand.
The offer still stands. Whoever comes up here and sings "Don't Stop Believing" will get 3 rounds on Brags. VIPs only line up for Jose Contreras. If you're doing the general signing, wait for that announcement. If you're part of the VIP package for Jose Contreras, we are lining up now. So Jose's getting his last few autographs in line. We have the Mike Ditka signed picture, the iconic picture where he's given the one-fingered salute to the camera. Did we get 10 people? We did. So we're getting ready to
Scratching
announce
right now
the winner.
live scratch off
In the
lottery
NBA,
ticket
you
for
get a
Mike Ditka.
$15,000 fine for
coach.
that now.
We're putting the young people to work.
Put the young people to
What
work.
is the name? Number 8 again is, go ahead, Johnny B.
Number 8 is Pedro Ruiz.
Pedro
Number 8.
Ruiz, you are the winner of the Mike Ditka signed picture. Come on up here so we can embarrass you a little bit and win and get your picture of Mike Ditka giving the one-fingered salute. A great addition to your man cave, as the collector's cave has plenty of cool stuff.
Is he here?
He is coming
Oh, that's
around
him?
the corner.
Right.
Coming around
coming
the
around the corner.
bend.
I guess number 8 is the lucky number today.
Here he
Right, yeah.
comes. Pedro Ruiz, you
All
are
right.
the winner of this
Let's
picture.
go. Pedro.
Congratulations to you. We're doing great. What kind of beer are you drinking? Miller Lite?
Modelo, bro.
Modelo.
Modelo.
Okay.
Modelo.
Yeah, that is
All right,
legit.
Here,
It's
we'll
Lit
change.
it is indeed.
We'll change the camera. Go to the camera over here. See the one pointing? You can
Yeah, there it is.
show your picture here. If you're you're good. You're good. Johnny B's gonna show it. There you go.
There you go,
got
right
the
there.
Mike
Boom.
Ditka
Got it.
signed picture.
And
Congratulations
a Modelo
to
beer.
you, Pedro, and the beer. What's your
Nice.
prediction tonight for the White Sox Yankees game? Taking at
Yeah.
least
Yeah.
one.
Tonight is the game.
Are you going to the game tonight? No. Oh, you were there yesterday. It's a tough one. Hey. Yeah.
All
All
right.
right. Congratulations to you, Pedro.
Pedro says guaranteed victory. White Sox tonight.
All
The
Yes,
right.
money.
sir.
The money line is
Bear down as always.
so
one-
Pedro's guaranteeing victory, and the White Sox are at plus money tonight. So get your bets in.
There's taking no. Thank you for coming out and supporting the Collector's Cave and Buffalo Wings and Rings as Jose Contreras lines up for pictures. Look at him picking up the little girl,
Jose
young
love the
bucks.
kids. All right.
You know, the future of Chicago White Sox fans. Jose Contreras, one of the best starting pitchers to ever put on the White Sox uniform. That's right. I'm talking to
I mean,
you.
Tell me he doesn't look exactly the same. I mean, I think he is.
For real, it looks like he could go
mean,
out there and pitch tonight.
I think he might pitch tonight, man.
And
Why not?
I feel like a lot of Sox fans wouldn't mind trading out Dallas Keuchel for Jose. He says his arm is a little sore, but I think we could trust him to get out at least a few innings of relief.
I don't
Right.
believe him. He looks good. I think he's ready.
We'll see. We'll see. Hey, if his arm's sore, I'll get in the batting cage against you. We'll see what happens.
Then you could say you got to hit off a World Series champion.
Look at this belt that the champ.
Oh, he's got the championship belt.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, a little WWE action.
I think
with,
I think we actually sat next to him at the Cubs Sox game last year. Was that the same guy?
I
think that was him, man.
I don't know.
Were you sitting
a lot
in
of
the
these guys are rocking the belts
Come here for a
nowadays.
second. Come here for a second.
Here,
I
come
gotta
over
ask
here.
him. I think that we
Take the mic.
Let's get the mic.
Come back here. What's your name, sir? License and registration, please. Hold up. We gotta get the mic.
I don't have nails.
Johnny B messed it
right.
up. Try.
Have Trey do it. Trey has.
Help me.
he's
Show the
got
belt while
magic
we're
touch.
waiting. We got the custom-made White Sox belt here. Hold it down a little bit.
Little,
so the
little lower.
camera
There you
can
go.
see. All right. What's your name? License and registration. Unless you're in witness protection. No.
No, my name is Mervin Tapia.
Where are
Okay,
you
Marvin.
at the game in the bleachers last year? Cubs Sox at Wrigley in the rain. Because we were there and we remember.
We're right behind Eloy. So
Right, yes.
Yeah, and we
Dude,
were all holding
yes.
our pockets out.
No,
Oh,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
that was
I
us.
told you, dude. That was
Small world,
I
isn't it?
told you.
He's good
I
with
told you that
faces.
was him. man.
Good memory. I was there.
Yeah.
I was there this year too. They
Yeah.
had the belt on the.
That's when
Yes,
we
boy.
hit all
Because Eloy does this thing where he has his pocket out.
Grab some space.
You know, so we were every time he ran out to left field, we all turned around with our butts to him and pulled our pockets out.
Yep.
You know, and he was-
I
remember
mean,
that day.
I saw that belt and I looked at him and I was like, no, that's the guy that was. He was right next to us, like 4 people
Yep.
over, bro.
So Marvin, you got the belt. Did he just sign this belt?
No. This is the belt's just.
You
belt-
just took the
yeah, just-
picture.
it's
Oh,
the
I
picture
see.
The
right now.
belt,
I
dude, the
see.
belt gets beer spilled on it,
Yup.
rain. He can't have an
Right,
autograph
right.
on that.
Yeah.
So Marvin, you're going to the Sox game tonight?
I am.
Nice.
Okay. How you feeling about this team so far this year? You know, it's been an up and down start. They have a lot of talent, and we haven't gotten into the dog days of summer. And you know when it really hits summer here in Chicago, the ball starts flying out of the yard.
May 1st.
I mean, you got to be a little nervous the way the season has started, the way it ended. But man, it's a long year.
Long year?
Hey,
Long year.
you know what ACDC says, Greg? It's a long way to the top
Yep.
if you want to rock and roll.
Right, that's right. Now, how about La Russa? You know, I know he's kind of like this lightning rod topic for a lot of White Sox fans. Are you a believer in what Tony La Russa's trying to do with this team and Jerry, putting his trust in Tony, an older manager with a young team? They got to the playoffs last year. Now they're off to this rocky start. You can try to Monday morning quarterback his decisions. Are you the type that believes in Tony La Russa, or are you kind of like keeping your eye on him as maybe somebody that might need to be changed?
I believe.
Nice.
I think he can lead us to the championship. The team believes in him. So
Right.
you know that's what's important.
Well, the team has backed him up repeatedly when people like Greg Braggs Jr. try to pull him down a little bit. But I'll tell you this. You know, you still have to, appreciate and understand his knowledge of the game, whether he's old or not. But players still got to play. You still got to hit. You still got to pitch. And the Sox have not been catching the ball very well lately. You still got to catch the baseball. And if we can do those 3 things, and then La Russa with his expertise and his, history of winning, I think we'll be fine.
We'll be fine.
Now, we talked to Dustin Hermanson, and he said, chemistry is what they need to win this World Series, to slay the dragon, of coming back after 2005 and winning a World Series. Now, I suggested a bench clearing brawl. That always brings a team together, right? And he suggested, drinking and partying all together. Which one would you prefer to see?
The bench clearing brawl for team chemistry, or the let's party like it's 1999
Look,
chemistry?
both would cause a lot of players not to be there the next game. So I don't want to see neither.
This man's a smart man.
Who's the one that would really be the one not to trifle with in a bench clearing brawl for the White Sox? Because back in the day, AJ was the one kind of in the middle of things. Although Scotty was kind of the scrapper in the
Right.
Michael Barrett,
And
AJ fight.
Right, but Frank Thomas's hands were probably like lunch boxes.
Yeah.
So if you got hit
So
by that, that would not
concrete
be good
hands.
either,
Now, who's the guy on this team that you wouldn't want to mess with in a fight?
I wouldn't want to mess with Jose. He's a big guy.
Yeah.
So I think that's one guy I wouldn't want to mess with. But
Tim Anderson. you
Tim
think?
Anderson has that
he's
attitude.
Scrappy.
You know who I'm
Yep.
going with? I'm going with Moncada, not just because I'm wearing his jersey, but the guy is absolutely jacked. And a lot of times he doesn't say too much. Sometimes you got to worry about those guys.
We're laughing. Our guy Trey. I try not to turn my back to Trey, but I'm trying to look at our guest. I'm notorious for never letting Trey to talk, and I really should because he's much more talented than me and less annoying. But I can't help myself. Once I kind of black out and I just start talking. What's that?
You got the guest on with the belt. Trust me, you're doing great.
Doing great. All right, I get self-conscious because then the people in the chat that are watching us live on TV are like, Greg, let Trey talk. Shut the hell up. But, honestly, we appreciate you coming on.
Appreciate you guys.
We want to harass
I
a
knew
few
I
Sox fans.
partied with this guy at Wrigley when we stomped you guys not long ago.
Yeah. Hey, pockets out.
Pockets
We'll,
out.
we'll be in
Pockets
left
out.
field. We'll have our pockets out
Pockets out, bro.
Next year.
for Eloy.
You got to take over that stadium.
Yeah,
You behave at Wrigley, sir. All right.
All right,
Thanks
man.
again. Our guy,
The official
Marvin.
belt, Marvin with the official White Sox belt.
Are you going to talk into the mic, Trey? You just say it. What's that?
I said that's a pretty cool belt. That's what I just said.
Notes. Are you going to come over here and get on the mic? Are you going to Notes. Are you going to come over here and get on the mic? Are you going to Why are you doing this to us? Nobody cares. Get over here and get on the mic.
All right, let's
Our
hand
guy
the mic
Notes.
off.
Literally,
Hand the mic off. Mic hand off.
our one and only fan that came here specifically for the show, and we two mics at one time.
Two at a
Johnny
time.
B's taking a break. Our guy Notes, a huge supporter of what Trey and I do. We appreciate you coming out here. You're going to the Sox game tonight. I saw on Twitter.
Yep.
So, A, thank you for coming out and showing your
Yeah.
support. And B,
You're welcome.
what do you think of the whole production put on by the Collector's Cave in Buffalo Wings and Rings?
It's really awesome. Everyone who came out today is big Sox fans, and
Louder, son.
sorry, my bad. Big props to Wings and Rings, and especially Dustin, Hermanson, and Jose Contreras, and Collector's Cave. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a great thing they're doing, and all the Sox fans who came out. It's really awesome to see that the 2005 team is just still near and dear to everyone's hearts. No matter what,
They live forever,
they
right?
live forever in the city, and we'll always have that one over the Cubs.
Right. Yeah, you guys got
I'm
it
just
first.
kidding. I'm just
No,
kidding.
hey, you guys got it first.
It's a
And I like
condition.
busting your chops because normally you're busting my chops
Exactly.
when we're doing our show, but I got you right where I want you. But no, when the White Sox won the World Series, everyone kind of always knows me as the diehard, sports fan, but a Cubs fan as well. And God rest her soul, Lauren Platt, diehard Sox fan, who was like my rival growing up. When the Sox won the World Series, she came to my house and put all these signs in my yard that said champions, World Series, White Sox. And,
That's
it
hilarious.
was, that's how I woke up the next morning. Cause I remembered it rained the night the White Sox won. They were in Houston and it rained and it just felt like, for me, like, Judgment Day, like, because I talk so much crap and then they win it before my team does. And then I had to face the music. And that I hate doing that. Like, I really do.
I remember I watched the whole series from home. I think I wasn't able to go to any of the games, but I had this bottle, like our friend Mark Silverman always talks about that bottle of champagne that he kept in his refrigerator for whenever the Cubs would have made it to the World
Right.
Series. And he had it on chill during the Bartman game. And then when that whole thing happened, he cried or whatever. He wasn't able to drink it. But for me, not never knowing that story, I had my own bottle of champagne during 2005. And when they won it that night, I just remember just sitting on my couch and I killed the whole thing by myself, just swigging it. And I just had a really great time.
That's
And
awesome.
it was something I hope to repeat again very shortly.
Yeah, I mean, do you think that that's going to get to that point? Because this White Sox team is interesting. Like Dustin Hermanson said, like they're more talented in a lot of ways than the team that won the World Series, but maybe they don't have that same chemistry yet, which teams take years to build. I mean, you saw the Cubs kind of climb the ladder and eventually win it with the chemistry they had, but do you like it also as the years go on and you don't win it like last year, the expectations raise and it kind of changes like the feeling of how a season draws out. Are you nervous in any way this early in its tenure? Because they're kind of in like year 3 of trying to do this thing. Do you think that is there any kind of nervousness that in the back of your mind that they're not going to get it done? Or are you still like, hey, this is early and these guys will eventually get it and get the right formula that you need that equals a championship?
I think that I'm not nervous. It is still early. We do have a very talented team. We've had a little string of bad luck with some early injuries. We got on a bad losing streak, but we righted the ship. We won 6 in a row. And unfortunately, we ran up into a juggernaut called the Yankees, who were just knocking the snot out of the ball.
Right.
But as soon as a lot of people will question with reason too. Like, there's the back of the bullpen has been giving up a ton of runs in the past couple games. Our starting pitching has been really, really great though, but the bullpen kind of pulled its weight. The Browns to start making decisions. Middle May, yeah. We're only a few games behind the Twins, and the Pirates starting to struggle with a little bit of injuries too. But I think this team, once we start to get healthy, I think Vaughn's coming back soon. Like I think you said earlier, Eloy is hopefully going to come back sooner rather than later.
Right.
Lance Lynn should be back around. I think next month maybe.
Yeah.
So once we kind of get fully healthy, we're going to be good. But right now, it's more about keeping the ship floating. Like keeping our heads above water. And I think we're doing a decent job of it. We just need to do a little bit better with like clutch hitting. Like I was listening on the radio today. I heard a stat that the Sox were, I believe, 118 with the bases loaded this year, dead last in the league. That's something that we need to figure out how to do just a lot better. Just be more clutch at the plate. And as soon as the hitting comes around, the addition of Yohan Moncada coming back, that's going to be huge for the left-handed side. And I think once we start to get into more like the rhythm you were talking about, we're going to start to pull things around.
Now, like I said, Trey, I really believe.
I'm just so impressed by the answer.
I know he's
Wow.
very descriptive.
Right.
Now, like I was saying,
Look at the stats.
I believe that a
18?
bench clearing brawl is exactly the medicine.
We almost had that yesterday with. Did you see Josh Johnson's dirty tactics there with TA at third base?
So hey, maybe a beanball war today and a brawl tomorrow, or
Hey.
I'd like the brawl tonight because we're going to be there.
Let me tell you, it's Tim Anderson's bobblehead night. He's going to pop off at the plate. But if they play Josh Johnson, I have a feeling that they might bench him just because they don't want any shenanigans. But if he plays today, I wouldn't be surprised if he takes one off the derriere today.
Okay. What do you think? What do you think about the brawl? You think a brawl is going to help this team get going? I'm going to push the brawl because I need this. It's good content.
Right.
As long as Twitter doesn't steal it
Yeah,
from
you
me.
just want chaos.
Yeah.
Some people just want to see the world burn. That's Brad. You go into the game like, who are you rooting for? Violence.
I choose violence.
I am. I'm rooting for violence.
Greg always chooses violence.
I am. I'm rooting for violence. So, notes, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate you coming
No
out
problem.
today.
Actually, I was trying to dip out a little bit
Oh,
early. You in the
how
middle of
dare
back-to-back
you.
interviews. Actually, I got a brunch I got to get to. My parking is about to expire.
How dare you, sir?
One thing we need to talk about before I leave is that shot I gave you all.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's Mr. Trey Tunes' first Malort shot ever. He's like, "Whoa,
That was Malort?
That was Malort.
I've never had Malort
You
either.
both have never had Malort. Where's Johnny?
Where's ever
The thing-
Malort?
This everybody's first Malort
Johnny
shot.
B.
Wow.
Mine and Trey's first Malort shot.
You're
You
welcome.
popped our cherry.
Right.
Trey, you should Trey off camera. He's like, "What was that? Oh, he's like,
Well, see, we took it, and then Dustin was coming on.
Yeah.
So I had to like man up and
Yeah.
like act like this wasn't affecting me.
So,
So Dustin,
so for everyone listening and watching right now, we all have this like
Trying
this,
not to
this
yak.
taste on our
I'm
tongues right
Dustin
now. That's the
Hermanson.
leftover Malort shot.
oh well, Notes. We appreciate the
No
shot.
problem.
We appreciate the support. You're a good
Thank you very
friend. You're way cooler than Will.
much.
We miss you, Will.
Yeah, well, maybe.
Oh, can you imagine if he was?
That's our guy, Notes. Let's hear for Notes.
All right.
As Jose Contreras continues to get the VIP autographs signed away here for the Collector's Cave. And once he's done, the general admission tickets for later Notes. Have a good day. The general admission tickets will be coming up here real shortly. They can get in line.
To get our,
Oh, it's going on right now. For anyone that has a general admission ticket
You can
for
line,
Jose Contreras, go ahead and get in line.
line up on the east side.
Don't ask Jose to arm wrestle. His arm is sore.
I don't believe him.
No, hey, a lot of pitches thrown. You know, it's understandable.
I will still take Jose tonight, even though he says his
I would
arm
too.
is sore.
I would too.
I will take him tonight.
I'm wondering what Barry Bag of Donuts is up to. He's drinking. He's enjoying life.
Oh, he left.
Oh, he left. He's gone.
he gone.
Well, they got to get in for the bobblehead, right? You know, that's
Right.
a Tim Anderson bobblehead. So people are starting to rush to the stadium.
Isn't the game at 6 o'clock?
6 o'clock, so gates open at 4 o'clock.
So what
And
time
it
is
is
30 minutes.
2:50.
Oh, it's already 2:50.
Oh,
Yeah, it's interesting. So
I thought it was
guy,
like
our guy Miles working hard behind the bar. Let's give Miles a hand for
Oh,
taking care of
Miles.
everybody.
Miles,
I love this guy. Miles is my guy.
hardest working bartender in Chicago and the best.
He felt me up earlier. I'm not going to file charges. I just want him to take me out to dinner for the exchange. No, I mean, for real, though. I mean, he did. He came up. He's grabbing my shoulders. He's copping a feeling. It's like, you know, I'm trying to hit the weights. So, like, give me a couple months so I can get into real shape. You know, it's like, come on, man. Give me a second.
I'm just going to come up here a few months later. Now, grab me.
All I have to say is that you're lucky it was just your back.
Yeah, exactly. Stay away from this big belly, as my daughter continues to point out I have. You know, I'm working on it. I'm gonna miss beach season this year, so I apologize to all of you. I know Justin's really disappointed in the I don't have the abs yet, but I'm working on it.
Well,
Maybe for the next signing.
Somebody once told me you have abs. They're
under
there somewhere.
They're under the belly.
They're under there somewhere.
Technically, there is muscle there.
Yeah, it's there. You would technically speaking.
Right. So yeah, I don't have six pack more. We got more of a keg going on, right?
We're having a good time here. Collector's Cave, doing it up. Jose Contreras is signing a bobblehead right now. It looks like a Star Wars, maybe? I don't know. It's like custom. Is that a Star Wars bobblehead?
It looks kind of interesting.
Yeah. Okay, I see it. I
I
see
see it
it.
now.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Did you think it was
It's a normal
You
bobblehead.
thought it was Darth Vader or something?
Well, you know, like the Cubs, they these like Star Wars nights. So maybe I thought it was that, but it's not. It's not. False alarm.
False
uh,
alarm.
But that's pretty cool. We got a custom made bobbleheads. Our guy, of course.
Right.
Custom made bobbleheads, championship belts, anything is possible.
Right.
Sox fans
That is
bringing
like
the heat
one of the
today.
happiest kids I've
Bringing
ever
the
seen.
heat.
Sox
She is
fans.
just been smiling all day.
Yeah, that's a happy kid, no doubt
Yeah.
about it.
Sox fans bringing the heat. We're having some fun today here at Buffalo Wings and Rings at 3434 South Halsted Street in Bridgeport, Chicago, Illinois.
Chicago, Illinois.
If you ever want a pregame for a White Sox game, come over to Buffalo Wings and Rings. It is an absolutely fantastic spot. A lot of TVs, great aura all around, great drinks, and a great menu of food that I'm gonna dig deep into here in just a
I'm
little
gonna
bit.
kill it, dude.
We're gonna
I'm
kill
dead.
it. We're gonna
Yeah.
kill it.
Dead.
We all go. We all just literally all leave the microphones right here. Still on the air, still broadcasting.
The microphones will be left, and we will be off to the side.
All you hear is
eating.
num 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 num
Yeah,
num
right.
num
Nom, nom, nom.
Nom, 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 nom. Ooh, you liked it. You made a yummy noise.
Yeah,
I'm a
of
yummy
course.
sound.
Of course I did. Of course, I'm a
I
team
didn't make
player.
a yummy sound.
Yeah, I'm a team player.
You never saw Young Frankenstein, did you?
No,
Ah,
no,
Oh,
sounds boring.
no. Gene Wilder with the
Oh,
original.
I like Gene
Yeah,
Wilder.
the original
See
Willy
no
Wonka.
evil, hear no evil.
Terry Garr.
Okay,
You don't know who Terry Garr?
No,
is?
you're losing me there.
Jesus. Dude.
I'm sorry. I
Anyway.
guess I'm not cultured enough.
Underrated movie from my childhood. I probably shouldn't have been watching it though, but still.
Terry Garr, you're kind of dating yourself there, but Gene Wilder, I mean, he's a legend. You know,
I mean,
like
he is Willy Wonka, bro.
he is Willy Wonka. But my favorite movie of Gene Wilder's is See No Evil, Hear No Evil with Richard Pryor.
That is a good one. That is a good one for sure. That's just as old as the movie I just quoted, by the way. I'm just gonna throw
well,
that
I guess
out
I'm
there.
dating myself too.
I guess you're dating yourself.
Dating myself too. So
I'm
what
just
are
over
you-
here
What are you
laughing.
gonna do? Trey's over here laughing, listening to me talk too much. I mean, so let me pose this to you guys. If I walk away for a minute to use the restroom, are you gonna hold it down for me? Is it possible for me to stop talking for 5 minutes?
I could tell my story of the Roofshot Kings while you're
You
gone.
absolutely can tell whatever you want. I just want to put you on the spot. I'm going to leave for a second. I'm going to come back. You know, who knows how much longer we're going to go, but I don't want to cut it short just yet. But I'm going to go use the restroom. I'm going to let you guys hold it down. Please let Trey talk because if we don't, then the chat is going to kill me one day. So
Can we say things like, damn, finally he's gone.
right. Bragg's in the stalls.
Holy cow. Yes. Brags in the stalls. Yeah.
Right. Lighten it up. No air freshener. Be weary.
I love when people go to a bar and they say, where is the bathroom? I mean, it's not that hard. It's usually in the same place. You know, like go find it.
Bragg's walked away in the internet
Bragg
connection.
glitched us.
Right. Right.
So you're not going tonight?
No, I have to do a karaoke set tonight.
All right, all right. Greg didn't
Yeah.
tell me really the reason why, so he
Oh,
was
yeah.
sketchy about
I
it.
wanted to go, but it's like I do have to work. Got a kid in private school, so that's how fun that could be.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Well, I have a funny story of my grandfather and his brother,
Yeah.
who I'm named after, who actually pitched on the Sox briefly. He was mostly AAA, but he did pitch on the Sox in the early 1950s.
Oh, wow.
So they were little boys, and they lived too far from here.
Right.
Okay, in this same neighborhood, kind of. So what they would do when they were kids is they would go to the old Comiskey Park at night. And obviously, this was a long, long time ago when there was no cameras and all that. So his brother, my grandfather, and another friend would climb on top of Comiskey Park at night. So they would climb all the way. They had a way to get up to the top on the roof.
Wow.
And they had a pulley system where they used rope and buckets. And they took the balls. They just gathered as many balls as they could get because at Old Comiskey Park, in batting practice and things like that, balls would go on the roof. They'd follow them back. They would go on the roof. Okay. And even guys like Greg Lazinski and, guys like that, Ron Kittle would hit roof shot the ball. So they would practice with the balls that they needed. And then they would resell the other balls so they would have money to, go get lunch, get ice cream, whatever kids do, things like that.
Right.
So when the Sox were selling the bricks and the stuff outside the stadium where you could get them personalized,
Right.
we had one made for my grandfather and his brother, who I'm named after.
Right.
And it said Roof Shot Kings. So we used to call them the Roof Shot Kings. And we have a stone over there at the ballpark, so it's kind of
that's
cool
pretty
family
cool.
thing. So
So like every time you go, you like go find it and take. That's
Yeah,
that's pretty.
it's kind of cool. Our stone is actually next to Gordon Beckham's stone. I guess
Oh,
Gordon Beckham's family got a stone to put down on the ground. You know, he was drafted and played for the Sox, obviously. So our stone is like right next to his. So it's kind of
Oh.
cool. And it's just kind of funny. You know, you think of kids nowadays, you know, and some people will say, you know, they're soft.
right.
And here's my grandfather and his brother climbing on the top of Comiskey Park at night when they're supposed to be sleeping in bed.
Right. Yeah, that's so funny. Like being I'm a father. My son is 17, and we always talk about like how they're all stuck in technology, and I can't I say it's not fair to call them soft or out of touch or I mean because like one. It's so crazy out these days. Like, who would
That
even
is
let their
true.
kids
That
out
is true.
out the house all day anyway?
That is true.
Right. And if we had could carry around our video games and all that stuff, I'm pretty sure that we would be throwing our bikes down and not running to the park either. I'm grateful for how I was able to do
Right.
that stuff because it was a lot of fun.
No, a
Like
lot
when
of fun.
you get to go out. It's like all we wanted was outside.
You're right.
Kids just wanted to be outside
24/7.
Right. Like my mom used to say, like, don't be running in and out of this house, you're gonna have to stay in. And I'm like, no, I'll stay outside.
No.
And you got to use the bathroom and you scared to go in the house because you don't want your
Yeah.
mom to say, oh no, like I don't
cut
want
you
to stay.
off. You don't want her to cut you
no
off.
more outside.
Oh, you're
Like,
done
no,
for the day.
all I want is some outside. Like, just outside all day. The street lights come on, and you're like, oh, it's time to go home. But man, those were just good times, and I kind of wish my kid could have done stuff like that, but it's just so crazy out.
The worst thing for kids nowadays, since all the COVID or whatever 19 was, is
Right.
now they will never enjoy a snow day because
Right.
they do the online learning
Right.
or e-learning. I mean, back in the day when you saw across the TV or on the radio on the
Right.
bottom of the TV
Right, you're
when
looking
your
for your
school was
school.
at the bottom, it was celebrate good times.
Right.
Come on.
Right. Yeah, you look. Yes.
They will never experience that. Oh, an
Right.
e-learning day. That's
Right.
so lame.
Right.
Give
Yeah.
the kids a snow day.
Right. Yeah.
Who cares?
I mean, it's rough on him, man, because he had a few of those, because it was crazy. They used their iPad for almost all their homework anyway. So
Right.
it's like, yeah, just stay at home and do what you would have done here anyway.
Right.
Yeah. I'm like, why is the tuition still so high? I'm like,
Exactly.
right.
I mean, this kid's home. Why is the tuition so
Right.
high?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a whole nother story. Don't get me started on that. I'll talking brags on that one.
Right.
Right.
So honestly, who are you switching past a little bit here? Who are you honestly? I know you're a Bears fan, and they're kind of the rebuilding and seeing what Justin Fields can do. But who are you liking? What are you wanting to see, and what teams are you liking this year for NFL?
Okay. The team I like, the NFC is a little up in the air for me. Of course, you can say Green Bay, but I mean, losing Devontae Adams is huge.
That's huge.
And I mean, I'm kind of interested to see like what kind of chemistry he's going to have with his wide receivers and like I think Devontae Adams was a special player. Like when you heard him talk and the way his influence on the team,
Right.
I think like when you take that type of player away out the locker room, I think it's going to have I hope it has a negative effect like on there, the locker room and the team all together. But, because I always recognize him as a great player and just a great presence in the like I would like look up and see his like quotes and the things he would say. Like, man, that dude is focused. Like he
Right.
is 100% on being the best player he can be at all times.
And I guess through this whole process of the whole Devontae Adams thing, I didn't realize that he was teammates with Derek Carr in college.
Right, yeah.
Like I guess that that failed to click for me back
Right.
when he was drafted. So I guess he's kind of going back to like some has some chemistry with Derek Carr,
Right.
obviously, and that's one of the Chiefs' rivals. Obviously, that's my most hated team is the Raiders. You guys, it's the Packers.
Right.
I hate the Raiders, and I hate Packers too, unless they can make me some money.
Right. Yeah. Like with the Chiefs, like I know the Chiefs what I don't like what happened with the Chiefs is like you almost got punished for drafting well.
I
To
know.
me,
It seems
it's like
it.
you hit on your quarterback, you hit on your
Tight end.
tight end, you hit on your receivers, and it's like, oh, here's your reward. You can't afford to pay everybody.
Do you want to hear my solution to that?
What?
I've always had this logic in my own mind that if you're drafting well, you should not be penalized as a franchise. So let's say you draft, somebody really good like a Tyreek Hill,
Yeah.
and it comes up for second contract. Well, whatever you sign that contract to, because you drafted him and because you basically developed that player, you should get that money to count less against the salary cap.
Right.
It's like a homegrown discount, and it should be like that for every team.
Yeah.
This has always been something I've thought they should do. Why do you want to have teams do well with drafting and then lose your players because the numbers don't work every time?
Right. Yeah. That's because I kind of called it. I said, what are they going to do when it's time to pay them? To see what happens.
I'll tell you what. When we didn't sign Tyreek before the draft started, before free agency started, and then Christian Kirk with the Jags came out, I knew we were screwed.
Oh, wow.
I knew it was over. I had a feeling.
Oh, wow. And that's a real shame because I like watching the Chiefs play, and I thought they really had something special with that. Like it seemed like they would create something out of nothing sometimes, and to see that kind of what do they call it? The what drill? Like when you like running around and then he kind of just tries to get open.
Right.
Yeah, it's like to see that happen, and it's like, man, they just made it work so many times. And it's like, man, and you just see his speed and it sucked. It's as a fan of the game, I'm gonna miss that.
I mean, the difference in what he turned down from the Chiefs and what the Dolphins offered him was about $30 million.
Yeah.
I mean, $30 million is still $30 million. I get it, but I mean, I see Tua as the arm. We'll see.
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, your quarterback is
yikes.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's like a football is a dependent sport, and you can't look good if you're even if the line, like so many things have to go right.
Correct.
Yeah, so your line has to block, quarterback has to make an accurate read, an accurate throw, and I mean, so you could be wide open, but if they're looking somewhere else, and you're like, okay, that was a waste of a route, and that's the little things you like see on tape, and like when you watch the Kansas City film with them, you kind of like see when plays break down,
right?
And then when they get open and make things happen, I'm like, wow, that's something special,
right?
And you don't see that with a lot of teams, so it's unfortunate that they are not going to be able to finish out. So.
Oh, he's back, ladies and gentlemen.
Braggs is no longer in the stars.
I'm back.
Braggs is back.
Now everybody, shut up. I'm talking.
My time.
So Justin, would maybe taking a picture? Mind taking a picture with us? Here, I know you've been doing so good with the camera work today. Johnny B, come over here. We're gonna take a picture with Jose, real quick. How you doing? I'm Greg Braggs, and this is Trey. Thank you. Have we been annoying you like crazy today? Here we go. We're gonna take a picture. Yeah. No, all good. All good. Hey, well, maybe we'll get you on the bump here tonight. Oh, we got one more. That's the World Series champs, Dustin Hermanson and Jose Contreras, one of the greatest starting pitchers to ever put on a White Sox uniform. Now, you guys also kind of tore my Cubs up a little bit too. And I won't hold that against you. And then we got our guy Aaron coming on here. We got the ring. Johnny B's putting on the ring right now. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Aaron's Yeah. So pretty cool moment. Thanks for your time today, Jose. Let's give Jose Contreras a round of applause for coming out here today. Our guy, Jose, World Series champion. There's not too many of those that come by here in Chicago. We get one every 100 years.
right.
So, cherish this moment as they are few and far between.
Exactly.
We're not Boston, beggars can't be choosers. We get a few championships. So you have to appreciate them while we got them. And our guy here, we got a guy. We got a guy. We got a guy. Okay. Here we go. We'll turn the camera tray.
We got Will. Will's in
idea.
the chat, so
We got Will in the chat. Oh, that's scary.
yeah.
That's scary stuff. Yeah, Will is watching us broadcast live. You are late to the party. Will called me last night to give me his reasoning why he wasn't going to come and show us support.
Because he just didn't want to.
Yeah, because he just didn't want. Oh, he's like, I gotta work, dude. I'm like, you don't ever work. Every day I see him posting, he's working out or he's at the bar, and now apparently
Pulling cars in the parking lot.
Yeah, it's
That's
crazy.
his job.
He's got this, like, you think it's probably like he works in the CIA, and
Right.
he's got like this secret job that
Right.
none of us, because like,
This is cover.
yeah, he's either pushing a Jeep in the parking lot,
Right.
or he's playing soccer. He's playing soccer this morning. So it's just hard to believe, Will, when he says he couldn't come out today. And I told Trey, I go, well, if we had told him that Bleck and Abdallah were going to be here today from ESPN 1000, I think him and Carmen and Tal and everybody would have showed up. So I think that's what we need to do next time is be like, come to Bridgeport, Bleck and Abdallah be here, and it'll be Braggs and Trey.
Right.
I'm sure Bleck and Abdallah will be okay with that.
Yeah, why not?
I know Pat Bleck. If we get Pat to sign off on us just lying and telling people
Right.
that if Pat Bleck gives us a seal of approval, we're allowed to do this, right?
Right. Yeah, is he still in the chat? I know he was earlier.
He might be because he actually supports us.
Right.
And then of course my mom. My mom is in the chat.
Oh, hey Barb.
Barb Graham, the infamous Barb Graham. We appreciate your support as well. And she could have came out today, but she doesn't love me. So there is Will, or here's Mike. What does Mike want right now?
No, man, that's what I miss you, man. I've been
Feeling good. Look at it.
Uh-oh.
Tessie, all right. Here,
Look
go
at
ahead
that
and use that,
sweet.
Mike.
always feeling good, brother. Always
Feeling good? Mike, here, we'll take the comment off the screen of Will. Don't mind Will. Don't mind Will, but Mike, as Jose's finishing up some of his autographs, Jose Contreras and Dustin Hermanson still hanging out here at Buffalo Wings and Rings, kind of talk about, put into perspective kind of what these days in these events mean to you and what you guys are all about at the Collectors Cave.
Job with that. And we talked about like the fan experience.
Right.
For me, it's all about the fan experience. Like if you think about this, we really wanted to create an event where you come out, you meet some of these, World Series champions, 2005, get to hang out with them, have great food at Wings and Rings, and then catch a game right after. I mean, that's a hell of a day in my opinion.
Right. It's not just a signing. Like I've done some signings. I've been to some signings for some different companies, and it's kind of, you just get pushed along. You don't even get a second to say hi to your idol or your athlete that you grew up watching. You just get your autograph and you down the treadmill you go. Here, what you guys are putting on is more of an event that feels more personal. You have a personal experience, a personal moment where you get to take a picture, get the autograph, listen to knuckleheads like talks.
Yeah.
Even if you want to come out and give your own opinions, So, for you, like, how did that idea come about? As far as making it a more personal experience for fans.
I don't think it happened right away with us with Collector Cave. I think at first it was really, we were focused on the business and we were focused on, bringing the right athlete that folks wanted to see and they wanted to purchase tickets. And then, our first signing was Mongo, with Steve McMichael, and he got there an hour early. He hung out. He signed as many autographs as people came in, and I paid him. And that was our first signing, and I thought he had left. He literally stayed for another hour, and he walked around that restaurant that we brought him to for another hour. And he came back. He's like, hey, he's like, what's up, guys? You want to take a shot? I'm like, yeah, I'll take a shot with you. But it kind of hit home that, like, when you get the right athlete, like, and hats off to Jose and Dustin. They were great
Absolutely.
today. Yeah. But when you see an athlete that has had success in their lives and they take the time out and they don't seem like these superstar athletes that we watch on TV. They're real people that just want to say thank you for supporting me.
Right.
And for me, it is hit home. I think the reason why we're a successful company at the Collector Cave, though, it has a lot to do with Mongo.
Yep.
Because he taught us, like, hey, I'm
bigger than just the autograph.
100%. And then to see what on through hits home, like, hey, I got to spend all day with him. He touched a lot of people's lives, and to see what he's going through, I'm like, for me, it hit home. I'm like, it's not just about the numbers. It's not just about getting as many signings as we can. Let's do the right signings at the right venues. And shout out to Buffalo Wings and Rings too.
Absolutely.
As well. Justin Bobbin does a phenomenal job. The food is great here. He's really, it makes it easy to work with when you have a venue owner that cares about his customers too.
Yep.
But it's just a fun experience for us. And, like, again, we're fans first. We have other jobs. This isn't our primary job.
Right.
So when we can kind of come out, hang out with some of our, we're fans of these guys too. So, and we can kind of hang out with them and then kind of see the connection with the fans. And you saw it earlier. Jose grabbed, he grabbed one of those kids earlier and took a picture. I mean, that's what it's about, man. Like,
sure.
I think out of everything today, I'm going to remember that moment that kid will never forget.
100%. And hey, and you get to listen to my dumbass talk sports.
Yeah, it's been a good connection with you, with our business, and I hope you're feeling the benefit of being with us. But we love having you out, and Trey Day, Trey Tunes. Yep. He doesn't say a lot, but
well, that's because I talk over him. And then we got our guy Johnny B over here.
Johnny B's like, what the? It's my turn. Right? Will you quit giving that mic out?
I did go to the bathroom for a minute, so I gave him a second to get it out.
I would love for Justin. Hey, Justin. Real quick, just come say hi.
Justin's a little camera shy.
Yeah, let's does a really good drive. The owner of Wings and Rings.
Here's our guy Justin from Buffalo Wings and Rings. Justin Bobbin from Buffalo Wings and Rings. I didn't know if it was Bobin or Bobbin, because Bobbin from Buffalo Wings and Rings. We appreciate you putting this on. Mike did a slick move by passing the mic. This very, very veteran move, and I like that.
Well, I think everybody has said today that Trey needs more mic time.
Trey.
So I wanted to do the honors here.
No. You got to hold it for a second. I got to interview you, Justin. We're gonna grill him because we got to find out what's on the menu too. Because I'm trying to get in it. I mean, obviously there's wings and rings. What's your personal favorite meal here at Buffalo Wings and Rings?
We also have cauliflower. Which is very good for you.
Okay.
And we also have some LTO items.
I am trying to watch
corn.
Slim in my size here.
Some very good corn.
Okay.
Fire lime corn.
Okay.
Delicious.
So, you put this on here, Buffalo Wings and Rings at 3434 South Halsted Street in Bridgeport, right down the street from Comiskey. Quickly, and then I'll let you go. Maybe just talk about, for the fans that are watching on our live chat here on the broadcast, and obviously everyone here understands what you're all about, but just talk about what Buffalo Wings and Rings is for Sox fans and Chicago sports fans in general, and what they can expect when they come here.
Well, they can expect a great environment and great food and just a good place to go watch whatever the big game is going on that week or that night.
Yep. And maybe talk about Miles, who, is my guy. Hey, oh, hey, talk about Miles a little bit. Now,
What
this
about
is my
me?
guy. He's got a lot of. I enjoy this guy's fire and passion. Right away, we struck a chord.
Uh-huh.
Our
Great service as
relationship
well.
is going up. Yeah, great service. He's handling business behind the bar.
You know,
So,
I'm good at what I do.
So Miles, talk about kind of how much you love, doing what you're doing here at Buffalo Wings and Rings, and the people that come here, and take advantage of your services and what you bring to the
It
table.
it just makes me really happy when people are, like when they're just enjoying themselves and they come back for me. You know what I mean? Like they come back for the food, they come back for the wings, for Justin, but they're coming back for me.
Sure.
And I love
It's
it.
about personalities,
Exactly.
right?
It makes me happy when people love me.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Well, I love
I'm
you.
kidding.
I love you, Miles. I mean, come on now.
Keeping it
After
real
all
right
we've
there.
been through.
After all we've been through today. I know.
No, thanks for coming, Miles, and thanks for taking care of us tonight.
All right.
And Justin, thank you for letting us come. And hopefully, we didn't scare too many of your customers, maybe just a few.
All right.
Yeah. The first few minutes, they were like, what the hell? But now we're just background music. They're
All right.
staying
Your
for us. That's
professionalism.
it's very humbling.
All right.
Staying for Trey and Johnny B, not so much Braggs. As Aaron is taking pictures with some
No, taking pictures with champions, dude. Say it right.
with champions, World Series
World
champions.
champions.
Is anybody gonna take me up on my offer to sing "Don't Stop Believing"? And you get you did not,
Yeah,
Aaron.
come on.
You owe Trey 1.5
Three
drinks.
free drinks
Three.
on Braggs if you sing "Don't Stop Believing." That offer still stands. Don't be scared.
Yep.
Don't be shy.
Well, that's
I
it.
know this guy here
Yeah.
in the green Sox
Real
hat
cool.
is thinking about it.
Right.
He's thinking about it.
Dun, 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 dun,
Johnny,
dun.
Johnny, we're hoping you can come up here and sing "Don't Stop Believing." He's like, he's not talking
Uh-oh,
to me.
do we have one? Oh,
He
no, I
is
thought
not
she was-
rushing.
Oh, okay.
He's looking like, dude, say one more word. Just a small town girl.
Right. What was that? Was that Family Guy? Like, come on, man. Why just this one?
Just a small town.
Oh,
Why'd
boy.
y'all call me up here? Just this one?
We're having a great time here at Buffalo Wings and Rings as things are wrapping up here. The Collector's Cave event with Jose Contreras and Dustin Hermanson. This is Braggs in the stands. What?
Liam said, "Oh wait, is there still kids in here?" You're like,
Yeah.
"Thanks
There
for
might
letting
be a
us
few
come."
kids. There might be a few kids.
That's what she. There's
But-
a lot of, there's a lot of Office fans that.
Steadily approaching the gates opening at Comiskey. Trey, you got a
Comiskey
karaoke
Park.
gig to do tonight, right?
Yeah, I got a karaoke gig. Got shenanigans.
We talked about that when you were gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shenanigans.
Where were you?
I was
Braggs in the stalls.
Braggs in the stalls.
Braggs in the stall.
Johnny B will be in the left field bleachers at Comiskey.
No, you'll have a seat. It's not a bleacher.
Yeah,
You'll
big-
actually have a back on your chair.
taking care of me, Johnny B, getting tickets.
All right.
Greatly appreciated. I gotta just take a break from my phone today because I've been arguing on that. The mean streets of Twitter can
That's
be
what you were
rough.
doing earlier while we
Yeah.
were setting up.
Yeah,
he's
while you were
arguing
setting
on
up,
Twitter.
He's
while you were
arguing
setting up,
with people.
I'm yelling at dudes because they don't understand, the concept of plagiarism or stealing content, which is a phrase that I really despise because
Contact stealer.
content, it's like nowadays, all of the content wars between content creators.
Right.
And I'm just a fan in the stands having fun, but God forbid anybody just give proper credit, It's silly to me, but I really got to let it go. Just have some fun with
Let it go, Greg.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Yeah.
We'll have to walk around with this microphone and see who's gonna sing.
Yeah. Well,
I know somebody's in here.
somebody's
Somebody.
got guts.
Somebody's had a couple extra drinks and's ready to sing.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe Mrs. Hayes will sing. She's like, "I what?
What?
Sing.
Well, get
Oh.
over here then,
Let's
and
do it.
let's hear these beautiful
3 drinks.
You know,
You have the voice of an angel.
yeah. She's a mix of Fergie and Jesus.
Yeah.
She's
Step
counting.
brothers. You're a
Counting
mix
the
of
cash.
Fergie
Uh-oh.
and Jesus.
Oh, she's not afraid.
I
She's
can't even make
stepping
eye
up.
contact with you right now.
Uh-oh. This is a
All
scary
right, here we
moment
go.
here.
I'm gonna hand
This
it off.
is a
I'm gonna hand the
scary
mic
moment.
off.
No, you can stay. You can
I'll
stay.
hand it off. I'll
The
hand it off.
3 drinks are on the line.
3 drinks are on the line.
Here comes Brooke.
Here she
Uh-oh,
comes.
we got to get a picture. And then Brooke is going to take us up on our challenge of singing Don't Stop Believe It. I would get ran out of here if I attempted this, but I feel like Brooke and maybe their daughter can get in on this and give quite a Kodak moment. Here is Brooke and Mike and his daughter. If Aaron would just move a little bit from the camera, there you
Nice.
go. We can get the Kodak moment of these guys. Aaron's gonna get in.
I like how you said Kodak moment though.
Yeah,
Like, 'cause
that's
it-
dating myself too.
Yeah,
Right?
but like you were busted. Why
Look at
Oh,
look at how
that.
happy these guys are. Putting on a great event here for the Collector's Cave as we are running down the wire
She's
here.
coming right
we're
here.
rounding third,
It up.
heading home, the home stretch as Brooke, yes, her lovely daughter, she's getting embarrassed. We whatever you fire it off here. Come here, Brooke. Get in the screen. Johnny's gonna join us. Trey is our karaoke guy. He has a karaoke gig tonight. No.
Just the words will come up for
Yeah,
you.
we'll just get the words.
Because
So,
you don't want to do this.
We don't want to get copyright. Because God forbid, people understand the concept of stealing other content without getting the rights to it, as we were just talking about a little earlier. So we
Okay.
will not play the music. We already did.
Oh.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. Well, she's
Okay,
right.
so we are ready, Trey. Yeah. All right, so we are gonna fire this off. Brooke's gonna get some free drinks. You got your mic here, Trey. Where's your mic? Where's the mic? Okay, here's the mic. Okay, here we go. It's loading right now as we speak. Here is Brooke Hayes from the Collector's Cave.
Just a small town girl,
living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train going anywhere. Just a city boy, born and raised in South Detroit. She took the midnight train going anywhere. It's loading. You gotta, we don't have to. Get up here, Dustin, and sing with us. Don't be shy. His lips are sealed.
He's busy.
It's loading. How many times did you get drunk to this song, Dustin? A singer in a smoky room, smelling wine and cheap perfume. For a smile, they can share the on. Strangers waiting up and down the boulevard, searching in the night. Street lights, people living, find emotion. Don't cop out now, Johnny. Hide somewhere in the night. You don't cop out on us now, bro. Here we go.
Right.
What happened? Don't stop believing. Where's the
Where's Don't Stop
You
Believing?
you said you don't want the music on there. If you
The
heard the
longest-
music, you probably.
Hey, I give Steve Perry all the credit in the world. This song is tough.
All right, hit it.
All right, you
Don't stop believing.
like with us singing.
Hold
over
on
it.
to that feeling, yeah. Street lights, people. All right, let's give Brooke a round of applause.
Yes.
She did it. That's it. We're not going to torture you people anymore. This was all Trey's idea.
That was not your best. Trey, that was not your best
Brooke,
idea.
you get the next few rounds on me. I'm a man of my word. So that is a nice way to wrap this baby up.
Wrap
you
it
know?
up in a nice bow.
We wrapped it up in a nice bow. Trey's going to have a karaoke gig tonight at the Shenanigans. So make sure
16, what, West Division?
yeah. So if you want to sing some lovely songs like that, you can head over to Shenanigans. Trey Tunes will be there. Woohoo! Working the mic. Johnny B and I will be in the left field bleachers. Trey, any final thoughts before we wrap this? Put a bow on this baby.
All right. When you say final thoughts, remind me of Jerry Springer. Take care of yourselves and each other. No, oh well, I mean, it's always good to just get together and just do things like this. When you plan events like this, and the people come out, and you just see a bunch of smiling faces and the enjoyment. I think that's what I get the most out of doing things like this. Just seeing like the pure joy and happiness on people's faces, and everybody's excited about the moment. And you just like create memories. That's
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of fun. Johnny B.
Well, just, life is short. Obviously, get out there, see it, and just be nice to each other and have a good time. I mean, that's
See it and believe it, baby.
That's it.
That's what it is.
Yeah, me and Johnny are talking about good, and he wants to see bench clearing brawls.
I know.
I want to see a brawl tonight,
Violence.
bro. That'll bring the team together.
Right.
Again, I want to thank Justin Bobbin from Buffalo Wings and Rings for bringing us on and letting us hang out here at his beautiful restaurant/bar here in Bridgeport at 3434 South Halsted Street here in Chicago, Illinois. I also want to thank Aaron and Mike from the Collector's Cave for partnering up with us here at Brags in the Stands. It's been a lot of fun. Another live show. Successfully done, if I may say. Nobody kicked us out or kicked my ass, so I think that's a success.
That's a success.
That's a success. And once again, I want to thank Jose Contreras and Dustin Hermanson for coming out for all the Sox fans. Let's give them a big round of applause. 2005 Chicago White Sox World Series champions. And Dustin sharing some cool stories and memories. Go ahead, Johnny B.
Don't forget, Dustin was our first ever
live guest
on the show.
That's right. Take that, Dan Hampton. Come on over here. All right, Dustin Hermanson's got a story for us before we wrap up.
Well, hearing you guys sing that song so amazingly, I just figured I'd say something. So, we did play that song probably like just a quarter way through the year, and Steve Perry found out about it, started hanging out with us. I became pretty good friends with Steve, and Hulk knew this, Hulk Harrelson. So, remember we had the big parade at the end.
Right.
Well, Hulk goes, listen, I just got to say something to everybody. He goes, if it wasn't for this guy, we probably wouldn't have been in the World Series. And he goes, Dustin, get your ass up here. And I was like, the heck? Well, I went up there and he goes, you know what, buddy? He goes, I just got to let you know you above and beyond what anybody expected this year. And we weren't even supposed to be our closer. And this is what happened. He goes, I got a special treat for you. And he goes, Steve, Perry, please come up. And he comes up from around. I go, dude, and I was so excited. Well, Burley, myself, and Jermaine Dye and Steve Perry started singing the song in front of, I think there's about, 2 million people out there.
Right.
And I tell you what, that was the most amazing thing ever. The chills on my body and everything. And just,
that's awesome.
Having Steve up there and, just, it was meant to be, but that was really a cool moment when, and I wasn't expecting Hawk to be calling me up,
Right.
but he was just like, dude, if it wasn't for you, we probably wouldn't have been in this situation.
And the city of Chicago singing along with you, right? Not
Unbelievable.
staring death nails into your heart like they were here when we tried.
I was looking the other way.
Like, I don't know them.
But I just wanted to tell you how I thought that was incredible. I mean,
That's
what
so
a great
awesome.
memory, especially during the parade and everything, and then having Steve up there singing his song was just it was amazing.
That's great.
So I just thought I'd share that little story.
Well,
with you
Dustin,
guys.
we appreciate you sharing everything with us today. Dustin Hermanson coming on here one more time, sharing a cool story. Here.
Nothing better
What a
than
cool
when you're
story.
getting the
Brad.
stories firsthand,
Man.
firsthand
We're
accounts.
popping off here
Right.
at Bragg's in the
that's-
stand.
I'm
So thanks again to everybody that came out here to Buffalo Wings
so
and
cool.
Rings. We'll let you enjoy your food and get back to some music, and
Let's do it.
we'll help these guys do their thing as Justin's tearing down some stuff, and we'll start to wrap up our stuff. So again, for myself, I'm Greg Braggs Jr. This is my guy Johnny B and Trey Tunes, and this is Braggs in the Stands. We'll see you guys later. Stay
Peace.
tuned for more fun episodes like this.
See ya.
All right.